this.
Formula drift. No stranger to drifting, no stranger to competition.
That guy stole my freaking ratchet wrench. I see that. That's mine.
He rejects your reality and inserted his own.
This is a stimulator, right?
Pilot.
Forgotten.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of The Gonna Be Point. My name is Captain Ben and joining me is Mr. Tim Murphy.
Hey. I was
Always
I was
representing.
going for the awkward opening.
You're very awkward.
Hi.
There we go. So you're wearing a drifting shirt and an AC hat. You mixing it up?
I'm mixing it up.
Oh, since I complained last time.
Things. Actually, I changed the name on my YouTube channel to HVAC and cars.
Because those two go well together.
They don't, but two things that I do. Those are two things that I do. So
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
And we
It's
also
this-
have
it's-
Paul Murphy.
Hello, everybody.
Ah,
Little applause.
coffee and juice.
Coffee juice.
Why are we here tonight?
Well,
Ben, tell us.
why don't we start off with Tim? What's new with you? You've been working on your E46 project, and any updates on that? I'm curious.
Yes, so the fuel system is completely done. I did do a little video, so I'm going to try to, with the next couple weeks, do a little video of some of the progress. I was able to get, didn't get the lizard out of the engine yet, but I got all the hard lines run for the fuel, got the fuel pumps in, so the fuel system is done. Fuel filters mounted, everything's nice and strapped and tidy. So, and I also got the, I went with the Davies Craig water pump kit with the controller.
Mm-hmm.
So it
That
controls.
controller's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's touchscreen controller, and it controls the fans, and it controls the water pump, and it cycles everything on. So basically, when I turn the car on, I can turn the cooling system on, and that one button will control the whole cooling system, and it shows me the temperature. And now it freed up. Like I have two empty buttons on my arc panel that I'm trying to figure out, well, what do I do with those? Because I have two buttons I don't. Well, I originally had one assigned for the water pump and one assigned for the fans. I have the water pump system set up so when I turn on the ignition, it's going to activate the cooling system. So I kind of freed up some space. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. But it's good to have extra space. So yeah, so next thing I was telling Paul with is I want to start ordering exhaust and just getting a downpipe done and get all the exhaust done. So hopefully by after clutch kickers, I'll be able to do that. Then I still have to do all the brakes. I want to rebuild all the calipers. I want to pull them apart, change, rebuild them fresh. And then I have to get two Willwood calipers for the dual caliper brackets. So those are like $200 something each.
Do calipers? On
Yeah,
this?
I know. I'm the suicide
Why?
brake king because I ordered the brackets a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
And I figured it'd be legit, and it's probably the more reasonable way to go. Plus, I have the pedal set, and I'm going boosterless, so I probably want to have, I don't know. I figure it's probably the right thing to do.
Okay.
Anyhow, so I got to get that. So that's, that'll be the next project. So after I do that, and then the $3,000 in parts that I need to finish the motor and get the motor running.
I told you about that. Don't talk about the money. Yeah, it's not good. I did that too. I put an Excel sheet together. By the time I got to 10 grand, I stopped. I said no.
Well, I'm not near 10 years. So at just under $3,000, I can get everything for the motor, like, the Mechman alternator, all the belts,
I'm at $4 grand for just the swap kit. Then, turbo, which is another 1,500. Then, yeah. No.
Well, so I already got the turbo, so a lot of that stuff I got, but still, yeah. So about $3,000 to finish the motor, get the motor completed. About another $600 to finish the water lines. About another $700 or $800 to do the brakes, and then what I still have to do. Oh, and I still have to figure out the rear axle situation.
I think they sell them now. Somebody's already done this. So
I'm sure they have. So, anyways, hopefully, but I'm saving that for last, hoping that somebody
yeah, so a lot
makes
of
either
people have done
adapter
it,
or
you know,
something.
like with Taylor Ray, they somebody already did it. That's what Taylor Ray had in the or I think he still does have it in the Miata.
Okay.
He's got a Mustang diff.
So I'm hoping that the axle, the BMW axle is shorter. So then I just need an adapter plate in the center to adapt the BMW axle to the 8.8 rear end, so I can bolt it to the 8.8 rear end, and then like a drive
No,
shaft
you're gonna
adapter.
need a whole new axle.
Not if it's short. If it's shorter, I won't, because then I'll have a gap, and then I could just have that made. That would be the easiest thing. Then I can use OEM BMW axles
I don't know why you would want to do that.
because they're cheaper to come by. If I break one, I can get them
You're
anywhere.
not gonna be able to do. You want to get an adapter?
I'd rather get the adapter so I can
I don't
utilize
think
the
there's any
OEM.
adapter usually. But
But I'm saying if I have a one-off axle and I break it, like I don't want to have to buy an axle.
doesn't the don't the inputs don't the drive not the axle shafts don't they go into the diff on this, or no they bolt into it? Don't you have the axles on there?
That's a good question. I don't know. I haven't even looked at it in like
'cause
4 years.
Yeah, well that needs shafts to go in.
Right, but I mean they make shafts that go in that maybe they make a shaft that goes in that has a
bolt.
flange for the
Yeah, they do, but for like it's I mean they may have something.
I would rather, if ideally I'd like to use a BMW axle, because then I can get spares if I break one. I don't have
think
to
that's
like.
happening.
Well, thank you for that
Well,
positivity. So, anyways,
sorry.
think plans are being made. I really need to sell the Z so I can get money and buy an E30.
And what exactly are you doing to make that happen?
I have it on ModFind, which probably isn't a good idea.
I saw like a post. Yeah,
But I mean,
you have it at Prince
it's
from
just
Arabia.
well. So the thing is ModFind is they haven't got to that point yet where I think there's not that much on there, right? Maybe I will get it. I got that one guy telling me he lives in Washington.
Yeah, wants
and
to
he
ship
wants
the
me
car.
to FedEx my car to him. So yeah, that was
And
an
he'll send
interesting.
the cash over Cash App.
He's gonna send me $12,000 through Cash App, and then it's funny because he goes, how much is it for ship? He goes, I need you to ship it to me to Washington D.C. I was like, sure. I go, I've never done that before. He's like, okay, well this, then Zelle or Cash App. I'm like, okay, this doesn't sound right. So I'm like, and then he was like, well, how much would the shipping be? I'm like, what am I supposed to pull the number out my ass? Like that's why I messaged him back. Am I supposed to pull this out my ass? The number? I don't know. And then I said, just FedEx me the cash and I'll send the car. I don't know. So, anyways,
You gave him your address?
no, I didn't give my address. But that was my last reply. I said, FedEx me
Sometimes
the
I
cash.
feel like he's an old senior citizen and I have to protect him. So
yeah, he
never know.
lies to me all the time. Liar.
yeah.
Anyhow, so yes, your work's getting done on the car. I do need more money unless somebody wants to donate. I mean, if everybody that's watching gives $1, I could probably buy one fitting today.
So you'll probably just end up with $2. So
You want
don't
to
get
crowdsource the build?
Yeah, crowdsource the build. I'll put your picture on it.
Oh no, I remember that one.
Yeah. Remember that?
seen
Hey,
that
Oh, man.
before.
yeah, we've seen that
Been
before.
there.
Anyhow, so yes, so that's what. But I think who has more stuff to talk about that is super interesting, and is Paul
Me? I don't have.
and what
anything
he went through last weekend.
you want to talk
I don't know
about?
if you want to talk about that yet, but that is definitely more exciting than me working on my car.
Oh,
Yeah, and to kind of give everybody a little bit of a preparation as to what we're talking about, let's go ahead and play some footage.
Oh, geez.
What Paul
There's
did.
some,
Do you want to
this
set it up
weekend.
first? Do we
There's
want
some comedy,
We should set it up.
Well,
So
let's play.
no, late. No,
You think he's?
set
I
the-
think
no,
he
you gotta
set it.
set-
I think he's setting it up with a video.
He just said, but he's not telling anybody what it is. It's just
Well, okay, let's go ahead. So, Paul, why don't you start off with exactly
what led up to this weekend.
right?
What
Exactly.
led up to this weekend?
What led up to this past weekend?
Past weekend. Okay. Well, we did a private day. I organized Bill to show up.
Bill
so I
who?
got Bill Stinger. Had Bill show up.
Stinger or Fisher?
Fisher, whatever you want to call him.
Whatever he's in the mood for.
Stinger or
Stinging or
Fisher?
fishing? What is he doing?
If you know Bill, he's a great guy. So I had him come on.
You know, it's funny because Stinger is the name of a boat, isn't it?
I don't know.
Isn't Bass Tracker then they call it Stinger?
It was a Stinger with an E.
Stinger. Okay. Anyways,
His
go ahead.
name's Stinger.
Yeah.
Anyways, so got Ben to come along and do some Yeah, Ben did some.
Well, you're missing out some details.
Yeah,
Okay,
a
what
whole
am I-
lot
what
of
detail
details.
am I missing?
Well, first off, it was a matter of like, okay, I don't even know if you were like, I don't know if I'm going to go to this because you've had a history of like
Canceling last minute.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what you're
failure
saying?
to commit.
Sure.
Oh,
Failure to he has commitment issues.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So he goes.
My car was ready. Okay, I didn't. All I had to do was load it up, so it's a little different. Previous ones, I had to get a clutch. In the car. I had to get a clutch in the car. I had to reduce something. I had to do a lot of things to get the car ready. So the car was already ready. Little did I, at least I thought it was ready.
Well,
That's the suspense.
okay, that's a suspense.
But the event, he had a private day that he signed up for. Then all of a sudden, he put up the spot for sale, and I'm
Yeah.
there thinking like you were putting your spot for
that's
sale.
what you thought.
Backing
Oh.
out.
And then I was like, wait, hold on.
I
Why
was
is he
backing
still?
out.
I thought he was
Oh.
reneging.
Right, exactly. But can you elaborate on that because I was confused.
So there must have been like 8 guys that backed out of this guy's.
Really?
Yeah, this guy. His name was Logan, I guess.
Wait,
I didn't
Logan?
really meant to meet the guy. What, you know Logan?
I know Logan. Where's he from?
I don't know. He's
Did he drive an S13?
no. He drove a white S13.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. He does have a white S13, but he also has a blue 350. Anyways, so it was his private day. So he got some guys together and he posted that he had an extra spot. I took the spot. Then once he got into the group chat, like 5, 6, 7 guys dropped out. So he was like, can anybody try to find 3 people? And at the time it was like, okay, I think I can find 2 people. So I reached out to Bill, and Bill was like, yeah, I want 2 or 3 spots. I'm like, okay. But he's like, if Ben can't come and teach Brittany, then I only need 1 spot because I'm not gonna be able to drive then. So I'm like, okay, let me see if Ben will be up for doing some teaching, some instructing. So Ben committed, and I told Bill, and Bill said, okay, cool. So he signed up for 2 spots, and then a couple other people traded in and out. And either way, we got there. They had a full crew. We all paid about $128 for 10, 11,
4
12.
hours, I think. 4 or 5 hours.
It was like 6 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was 6 hours of driving time. So it was a lot of time. The only problem is it rained, but we had a lot of good time. Ben got in the spin cycle for a little while.
Well,
A little nauseous?
well, yes, but let me backtrack just a little bit.
Okay.
But I do want to mention that I had already had my mind and like plan set to go to the Sebring.
Yes.
And it just so happens that this opportunity came up, and I was just like, I took a look at the schedule for the private day, and then I took a look at the schedule for the Sebring event, and I was like, the odds are in my favor for things to go like haywire that I'll be able to do both events.
Right.
Mind you, it was a big gamble.
Yeah.
And I understood that it's like, well, this may not work out as well as I intended or as well as I had hoped for, but I'm just going to go for it. At the same time, this is Bill Stenger and Brittany that I haven't seen and hung out with for a long time, and not to mention that they're asking me to like
help
out and,
Yeah.
and instruct something that I haven't done in a long time. Like I don't even remember the last time I've done this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Since County Line, really.
Right. And so I was just like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not only getting the opportunity to do something different that I haven't done for a long time, but also getting the chance to hang out with great people. I just feel like, in my opinion, that took a higher priority, so I just went with it. And then also at the same time, taking the chance to see like, okay, I could probably do this. And Sebring somehow,
Sebring's
Somebody
about how
somehow-
far away from us? About an hour?
2 hours
it
and
is.
2.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it's a
and I
decent-
know this because, well,
rough.
I'm I'll let you know. But in any case, Paul, as you were saying, the private day.
Yeah. So, got in the car, started, feeling it out. I did pretty, it's spring break bash layout, I guess is what they say. So we did that layout. So we pretty much just had a lot of fun, just driving it. And then I got, kind of bored of it. So I started, seeing if Bill wanted a tandem. So Bill just didn't really want to, didn't want to lead. He wanted me to kind of follow or lead. So I led a couple times with Bill, and Bill had a trouble with his car overheating, so he had to keep on bouncing out. So I just kept on.
Do you want some footage in the background?
Yeah,
so that
sure.
way you
let's-
could,
yeah. If you got a
talk about this.
do
while
we have
you're-
any footage with Bill?
I actually have some random footage.
Random
Look at that. Yeah,
That's
hang
right.
on. Let's see. Let's try to get this going over here so that way everybody can see. Oh, and of course that doesn't work. All right.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
There you are.
we're going to go ahead and...
Nice to have all that angle, isn't it?
Oh yeah. No, the car. It's nice to have all the freaking angle.
Yeah, you were really pushing that car home.
Yeah. No, it was really beating the hell out of that car. So I was trying. They wanted to do this little turnaround. I decided not to do that because I was killing tires left and right. So as you can see, it was putting on a lot of smoke for a stock car. So just kind of taking it easy. Here's a video. Oh, one thing I got to try out was the Insta 360 cam.
Oh,
So here's the Insta 360 cam in
pretty
action.
cool, but good.
Yeah, it was raining. So the cool thing about this camera is that you can reframe the shot however you want, and it automatically does the moving.
Oh, so automatically
You
focuses
see how it's like
on the
it
momentum?
focuses? Yeah, it focuses on momentum. So the movement that it's doing to follow like where the road's going, it's doing itself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
That's pretty. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What is this?
What do you mean?
Was
It's called
is it
Insta.
GoPro or is
No,
it,
it's called Insta 360. It's a 360 camera.
Is that what a lot of people are getting nowadays?
I don't know. I found one for $375, so I bought it on Facebook. But so you kind of see how the layout is, but it was.
And then you could pick the other frame that.
Yeah, you can frame it. Yeah, you
Oh,
can
that's
frame it how
cool.
you want. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So it kind of follows the driver.
That is pretty cool.
So
I should sell all my GoPros and just get one of those.
So I did that. I was driving that. And I'm like, you know what? Here I took.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, there's a couple different views.
This is a really good view.
So you can see Bill behind me.
Yeah.
But he just couldn't catch up.
It's
He's doing pretty
raining.
good there. Getting close.
Is this where he knew where to go already?
Yeah, he already knew where to go. Yeah. So
This is really cool.
yeah,
I
it's
like
a
that.
cool video, cool camera. You can see it completely freaking washed out there. I even lost Bill. But no, I really liked it, but it really got wet, man. It got freaking pouring wet. But it's cool to see, both views at the same time.
It is. That's a really good.
And the nice thing about it is you don't have to set the camera up just the way you want it. You can reframe the shot after, so you don't have to worry about it being set up perfectly.
Past you.
Well, yeah, because he went way inside.
No, I know.
I was trying to stay wide. So I did that a couple times. Here's me following him. This is the reframed for like Instagram.
Oh, so
It's a nice thing to take the same video and reframe it for Instagram. So this is me following Bill.
Bill without no trunk still having problems with the fuel getting hot.
Yeah. Well, no, when it was raining, he was fine.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. So right about here is where the camera flies off my. It flies off and it turns. Yeah, I had to end the footage there. But
Oh, what's this?
so this is me on the oval. So since it was wet out, I decided to go on the oval and play
You've
around.
never been on the oval, right?
But you turn it up, you can hear my engine going like hell. This is probably the bad part. What I shouldn't have done. The gloves felt great too.
You got another gear, man.
Yeah, I know. When I tried, yeah. When I did third, the problem is
You think it's like you're playing in the sim.
no. When
God, look at that. I can see it bouncing. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it bouncing. I can see it tachometer.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah.
Watch. Look.
Watch.
No, not yet.
Yeah, right there.
Bing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the engine didn't like that very well, and then you're gonna see in the next clip what exactly happened. Here, I'm like, what happened? The car just shut down, and then it sounded like. You hear it? Yeah, look at the smoke. So
You sure this is it?
yeah, this is it here. Because I pull off, and so you start seeing the smoke, and then watch.
Oh yeah, I see it. Now this looks like fog. I see people.
They're like,
Get out! Get out!
oh, this is the funny part. Watch me try to get out of the car. Can't get my helmet off.
They're trying to tell you to pop the hood.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, puppy.
Thank you. I'm too big for this car. I'm too big. I couldn't get out the freaking car. So yeah, they got. Luckily, those guys, I didn't get their names, but thank God. It fast forwards here and it's kind of looking at it, trying to see where the hole in the side of the.
Oh, so there's actual.
There's got to be a hole. I mean, there was so much oil. There's got to be a hole in the block somewhere.
You got to defog your windshield there, man.
So they're like, start it up and get it on the trailer. And I'm like, I don't know if it'll start up, but we'll try. So you can hear.
No compression. No.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I hear something clicking.
Yeah. Now watch. So I'm like, shoot, I'm not pushing this thing on the trailer. Here we go.
Oh, you
Watch.
Oh, you didn't even. You're like, it's on. It's on. Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. No. So it was back on fire again. So the fire got. So the poor track official had to come over and put the car back out of fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that was I blew the motor. I shot a rod out the side of it. There's definitely I haven't seen it yet, but there's so much. Like if you go over to see the trailer, it's
covered in oil.
it's the whole thing's covered in oil.
That was towards the end of the day, though, right?
That was at 4:00.
Oh, well, if you're gonna blow it, you blow at the end.
I blew it right at the end. Yeah. Everybody came running because they heard me going. Like it just changed like 30 octaves. So yeah, so the VQ is blown. It threw a rod out the side and is not happy.
So now,
And FYI, folks, the car is for sale.
Yeah,
Is it?
I can't really sell it now because it's freaking I got to change.
No, but I
change
think
the motor.
there's something that Paul has to admit, though, because one of his things with the sit-in, he said the car doesn't make fast transitions. But I watched some of the videos, and you were able to flick that car pretty good.
Yeah, I
left
flick
and
it
right.
pretty hard. So
now that's kind of changed your mind. You might possibly keep it and just drop it.
I don't know, man. It's like you just saw me. Like if I was on fire, I'd be dead.
Well, if you had more power, you'd be in another gear. You wouldn't have been just bouncing off the rev limiter in second gear the whole
Yeah,
time.
no. What I should have done is I should have put air in the tires. I was at 20 psi on those tires.
Mm-hmm.
And if I put air in the if I put a pressure in them up, I would have been able to do third. Because the first time I went out there, I was trying to do third.
And I wouldn't do it.
I would kick out and, and eventually, it would gain too much grip. So what I should have done is put some air in the tires and through third. But I was like, I'm having fun. It's almost the day's almost. It was literally like 3:30 when I first went out there. So, I spent like 20 minutes out there just yeah. That's why the motor blew.
Yeah, I was there and I was like, oh, let me try to get some footage of Paul. Where's Paul?
Yeah.
I couldn't find him anywhere the skip pad, and I couldn't find him anywhere in the pits. All I kept hearing was just this like loud engine bouncing off the rev limiter. I was like, okay, well, these guys are here. There's nobody else in the track. I don't see Paul. That must be him.
Yeah.
And eventually, like I heard the silence, and then he's coming into the pits, and I'm just like, hey, Paul started a barbecue. Nice.
Yeah, everybody said right when I came over the little hill that the whole bottom is on fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so luckily it wasn't that bad. It didn't you couldn't even tell it was on fire in the engine bay, so it wasn't that bad of a fire.
That was your first time on the bank, right?
Yeah.
How was it? Feel cold, right? Pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's I really didn't get on the bank. I was on the lower, but
it doesn't matter.
no, I felt in control there. I don't know if on the bank I would felt very good. Just 'cause it felt like I would be in the wall.
You probably wouldn't have enough power.
No,
you gotta
no,
get good speed up. Well, it's not even power because
It's speed.
J Lo did it in the freaking
It's
Bone
speed.
Stock
It's
Miata. You
speed.
need to have speed.
Yeah, you have to have speed. You have to be you're not scared of the speed too. So
Yeah.
it's first step. So
Yeah.
I recall single cam KAs doing the bank.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best, but
Making
they
it
would
around.
attack it. But.
Yeah, you just need a lot of commitment,
commitment.
And good speed going.
Yeah,
into
I
it.
didn't
You need
really
a lot
have
of
that.
momentum to push you around.
So that gave me some, confidence to drive at least in the oval for now on. So, and I figured with it wet like that, it's not going to kill tires. So,
Yeah, but now you do have a spare DE.
yeah, well, I have a spare rev up. So I have a whole nother motor. So so I think I'm going to pull that out and put that in, unless I run into some money and I can finish the 2J and just put that in. So
Okay.
if I get about $4,000, I'll have enough for a swap for the 2J and put that in, or
What could you sell for $4,000?
I don't know.
Oh,
Find something.
We're not going to talk about that. So anyhow, so that's good. So you had a good weekend.
So that was, well, bad and good, but it wasn't that bad, because that first thing, that the reason I think the motor failed is it leaked so much oil.
That's one of the many reasons. Well, I can think of one of the major reasons.
Well, one of the major reasons was probably because
football.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised is I tried to do the center section, and when I went through the center section, which is not on video, I hit this huge freaking puddle.
Oh, okay.
And I think I ate some water.
You could say that, but I still think it was because.
But no. What I'm saying is, if I ate a little water and I bent the rod slightly, is what could have eventually shot the rod out. I don't know. I'm gonna once I get the car in the garage, I'll do a video of the damage report. But we'll see. Yeah. So that was fun, and then Ben went from there to
right. Well, hang on,
okay.
because there's a couple of things, but
yeah.
So while Paul was busy trying to damage and destroy his vehicle in more ways than one, I was, like we mentioned already, doing the task of instructing, which again, at first it was I was a little bit hesitant. I was kind of like, it was one of those things where like you haven't done for a long time, so you're kind of doubting yourself a little bit. That's just like, are you still capable? Do you still remember all the things that you used to be able to do? And I kind of went through some of it, but it's sort of like they mentioned, it's like riding a bike, getting back to riding a bike, and
it's like riding a bike. You get right back on.
And yeah, it was first it was great to just hang out with Bernie and Bill, and I just completely forgot Bill's candor. And how
his sense of humor.
His sense of humor and everything, because it was just so funny, and it's just like it's sort of like one of those things like what you see is what you get, and Bill has no filter whatsoever, and he'll tell you if this car sucks, this car sucks, and he'll try to like convince you otherwise, and the whole thing with the fuel, the car overheating, and when he was talking about how the cars is all sorts of messed up, and he just kind of, I think, what was it? He got like a knife or something, and he kind of like cut open the trunk to remove it.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, you didn't see that? Oh,
no, okay. I was talking to him about the conduit that's used for the water lines. It's literally electrical conduit for his water lines from his radiator to his engine.
I thought you said his cage. It's his
radiator.
That's not going to rust.
The radiator lines. The radiator lines are conduit, and they're bent with conduit benders, so they have the ripples in them and everything.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, that's with conduit. He's like, yeah, well, look at this, and he shows me the flexible, like that wire hose, the radiator
with the spring
hose,
in it that has
the spring in it.
Yeah.
He shows me that. Like, what about this? And then this, and then I'm like, he's
stop! I can't take it anymore.
He's like, that's not all. Like, do you see this?
Wait, there's more.
But there's more. So it was, it's a pretty janky car, but he beat the hell out of it, so it's not that bad. It's just the fuel boiling off is a problem.
Yeah, the fuel, there's a rear mount radiator, and they're blowing it right onto the fuel cell, so the fuel's getting really hot. And Harry Tervola had that problem for a long time. Yeah, and I remember I was talking about it. He was talking to me about it, how like he struggled for years trying to figure out why the car was breaking up and he was losing power and what was going on.
Just getting too
hot. Finally figured out. Yeah, it was just the fuel was getting way too hot.
And that was before we had radiators at the back. His fuel was just getting hot because
he had a rear mount radiator. Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is on the E36.
Yeah, an E36.
Blue
one.
I'm
like,
yeah, not on his 5 series. Not on the 5 series. No, not the 5 series.
Yeah. Okay.
On the wide body E36 with the push button hydraulic e-brake.
Yeah.
Or air, was it?
Air brake.
Pneumatic e-brake.
Funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a push button on top of his shifter, and that was the e-brake.
He not only had it on the shifter, he has it on the steering wheel as well.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he gave himself options.
Yeah,
I didn't really use it, man. Like, there was only one time I was following Bill that I used my e-brake just to stay sideways, but I don't know. I don't really use it that much.
Well, on skid pad, you don't need it.
No, on the skid pad, you didn't really need it. I used it on the oval to initiate, but...
You tried left foot braking at all?
I did that on the skid pad,
Yeah.
but I didn't really need to do it.
No.
And, you know,
Hmm.
there was nothing to aim for
Right.
on the oval. It was pretty open, so
Yeah.
if I had like a cone to do the transition, probably.
Yeah.
But I was just swinging it.
So anyway, so
Yeah.
back to you. So how did it go instructing Brittany?
It was good. It was one of those things where she hadn't driven in a long time.
And
Actually,
what kind of car does she have?
she had a pretty much stock
350Z.
350Z.
The one with the actual bullet holes in it, right?
Yeah,
Right,
it's got
that one,
actual
yeah.
bullet
Like
holes.
not like stickers, like
No,
literal
it's got
bullet
actual
holes.
bullet holes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, sure. That's Bill's car.
Yeah. Yeah. The last time I sat and helped her out was back in Counterline, and they had a Nurse 15 and a 240, a Nissan 240 SX,
Oh, okay.
and it was. I mean, I don't remember. It was years
A
ago.
long time ago. Yeah.
So to see her get behind the wheel, there was we had some low expectations.
They've had a couple kids since then.
Right.
You know,
A
family
lot of things have
Yeah.
have happened. I mean,
Yeah.
Bill,
Started his own business.
right.
Is doing really well. Welding, his own welding business. He's doing really well. Had a couple kids. So yeah, it's good to see them both back on the track.
And so to transition over to the 350Z,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's a different vehicle, but a lot of the things still apply.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a simple matter of just, okay, well, kind of retracing the steps.
Right.
And getting reacquainted with just not only drifting, but also drifting with a different vehicle. And what we did was we went over to the oval and just focused on the infield of it. We avoided the
Skip
Outer
pad.
Banks and the oval and everything. We just kind of utilized the infield as a sort of
So I
skip
guess
pad
there was
area.
nobody really going out to the oval, right?
No, nobody was going out to the oval.
Okay. Well, that's good. So you had like your own little. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what because Ben called
You mean Bill?
Logan.
Yeah, Ben. No. Bill called what can I
Tommy.
Tommy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Tommy
Bill-
was there.
No. Bill called Tommy to say, hey, I'm gonna have Brittany out. Can I have Ben instruct? And he said, yeah. So he was recommending Bill to go out to the oval to do the.
Okay.
To practice because nobody ever uses it.
Oh, okay. Was
So-
Tommy there?
No.
No,
Oh
he
no,
wasn't
yeah.
there.
Also, he doesn't
No.
usually go to private days. Okay.
No.
Well, that's
Right.
good. That's good. So you got to talk to Tommy a little bit. Well, Bill did.
Bill did. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill did. Yeah.
So Bill got that all set up, and so when Ben got there, he told him to go out there. So
Okay.
it worked out well.
So it was just kind of starting things off with donut, figure eight,
Mhm.
then working our way over to e-brake,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to kind of like mix everything
Together.
out together.
Okay.
One thing that I would have liked that unfortunately we couldn't do and get around to it is just setting up, having cones to kind of set up like a little mini track there.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing for you to just be able to kind of just do donuts like in a
Figure
random
eights, right.
section, but then to kind of like just apply all of that
Mm-hmm.
into
a
this sort
focal
of
point.
course
Yeah.
to kind of like put angle yourself and drive, set yourself up for certain turns to kind of get that extra sort of experience.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother level. So unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. But for the most part, the basics were kind of like done with. One thing that I will know that she was doing really good is utilizing, and maybe some people just aren't aware of this or don't do it often, but utilizing reference points around the track to be able to know, like, okay, well, this is where I got to initiate, or this is where I got to get sideways or do something, so that way then I know what to do. And she would oftentimes like realize that it's like, oh, I'm not at the right spot, so she will stop.
Oh.
So
yeah.
she would actually then go around again and
Right.
set herself up
Even
again.
though there was
to be
nothing
able-
lined up.
even though there's nothing lined up, nothing was in the way. Well, the only thing that really was of concern was the two drain holes.
Yeah. Those
Yes.
That was on the opposite ends.
Yeah.
I guess they informed her about it, and she made sure to
Stay
avoid
away,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only time that it really got a little complicated was when it started raining pretty heavily.
Yeah.
Mhm.
'cause
And then the puddles
Puddles.
started forming around some of the drains, and then that kind of obscured
Mhm.
where it was at.
yeah.
So it's just a simple matter of like, okay, well, now we kind of like have to tighten up our drift area, so that way we avoid those drains
Right.
to avoid any sort of potential damage to the vehicles. And it was good. And that really helped out too, because unlimited tires, right? Unlimited
Yeah.
horsepower when the rain comes down.
Yeah.
And it did some good and did some bad. Good in the sense that less tire wear, bad in the
You
sense
drive
where
completely different.
yeah, not only driving is different, but then you're having to deal with certain puddles in certain areas, so the grip levels are a little different.
Yes.
And then another thing that was kind of throwing her off was just the bumps, because there's certain like bumps in the infield of certain areas. So what would happen is she would go towards the initiation with the e-brake, but all of a sudden like the car wouldn't really get sideways because it was going through the hump. And as it was going through the hump, it wasn't really getting sideways the way that she intended it to. And then it wasn't until like after like the hump occurred that it started actually getting some motion, but then it was throwing her off, and it was just kind of like, we're like, it's not worth it, let's just go work on another section of the infield, so that way we can kind of work from that.
Yeah.
And the car was fine. Everything was good with the car.
Oh, it was great.
Okay.
Like,
Did you drive it at all?
yes, actually,
Okay.
that's another thing that I was going to point out, and it was something that I was really, really thankful for, and I can't thank them enough for not only just calling upon me to help out with the instructing, but also just to give me the opportunity to drive. Because I got to tell you, it's one thing, and it made me realize after just doing this event that I don't even remember the last time I'd ridden along with somebody on even on the passenger seat.
Oh, really?
Like drifting. I don't remember.
I think it was
Wasn't that
USDC a
long
while
ago?
ago, like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
That's
Yeah,
a significant amount of time when you consider everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. And I don't remember the last time I've ridden along with anybody, and it's always because we're always doing something.
Yeah.
Or either
Most of the time we're at the event, we're doing something that none of us are driving.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things where I sort of help to kind of put into perspective where I haven't ridden along with anybody, and then let alone even longer been able to actually drive a car.
Yeah.
And then that's where, again, it goes back to the whole thing where I mentioned at the start, where you sort of kind of doubt yourself in a way where it's like, well, do I still have it? Do I still have these abilities that I knew that I had before, but because I haven't practiced it and actually done it in such a long time, where it's like, okay, well, how bad is it going to be? Is it going to be where I have to do like 20 laps to kind of get back in shape, back in form? Or is it something where it's like, okay, well, I just need a couple of more. Yeah, exactly. I remember this.
Yeah.
And you know, what was great about it is that it just really didn't take that long. It was just a simple matter of like, okay, well, I know what this is supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to do here. And I don't know how much of it is attributed to the sim racing. I don't even think.
I don't think so. But I think, okay, so one thing that we always known about Ben, that I always knew about you, is that, and I can't tell you how many times we'd be at County Line, and I'm like, oh, wow, that guy, he's finally getting it. He's doing good. And somebody's like, no, that's Ben driving. I was like, oh, okay. Another Vancouver was like, oh, that guy was doing hard way before. Now he's doing, that's Ben driving. You know, Ben was notorious in the County Line days for getting behind the wheel. Even me personally. Take their car and any car. It didn't matter what car it was.
But let me clarify. It wasn't
Supra and MR2. I mean, all that stuff.
But just to clarify, it wasn't. There was no ill intentions. There was nothing.
You were there showing them how to drive. It wasn't like I'm going to show you up in your own car. It's like, okay, I watched you and watch me do it in your car. Because sometimes what happens is people get defeated with their car and they start to blame their car.
Well, another reason that you do it is to see, hey, what issues is the car having?
Right. So Ben can drive it and say, okay, you need to fix your alignment.
Or
it's more difficult than it should be. Or
you have to treat the car this way.
Exactly. You got to be more aggressive, or you're an open diff, so you got to attack it this way. So that way, Ben wouldn't do it to show people up. It wasn't about that. It was like, okay, let me drive your car. I see you're struggling. Let me see
what the issues are.
Because in order to instruct somebody with their car, you need, there are certain things that are the same, as far as counter steering. There's a lot of things that carry over. It doesn't matter what platform. But
how the car reacts,
how the car behaves, and how you got to treat the car is different depending on the setup.
Right. And one other thing on top of what both of you gentlemen just said is the other reason why I would do it is to show the potential of the vehicle to the drivers, because oftentimes, like you mentioned, they would kind of lose hope, but they would get defeated. They would think like, oh, this is a waste of time. There's no way. And I would be like,
or a different car,
and I would get into it, and I'd be like, look, listen, this is what you can do. And there's different ways to drive a car. you could either, and one of the things I try to like showcase is the notion that you don't necessarily have to be bouncing off the rev limiter.
Yeah, you're not very
All
excited.
right.
Yeah, what do we say? I knew Ben was driving.
Oh, so
because
here we go.
It wasn't that
He
exciting.
gave the compliment, but he's like, "Oh yeah, man, he's just so boring to watch."
Oh.
But exactly. So there's one way to drive a car, which is bouncing off the rev limiter.
motors.
It's like, okay, yeah, blow motors. All right, sure. We've seen it many times before. But another way too is just to really just dial it back all the way down to just the bare minimum. And I would just try to like show that to let them know, like, hey, look, you could drive this way, but also you could drive this way
Right.
to kind of get it, give
always-
the driver a better sense
I
of
always
like
felt-
what the limits are.
I always felt Ben was very drift Bible-y when
Yes.
he drives.
No, he is.
Like-
Actually, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, more like these
Very
techniques,
technical and
like
technique and
light angle, light drifting. It's not like I'm just like throw it as hard as you can and full throttle and all that kind of
like
stuff.
the Brandon McDowell style.
Yeah, Brandon McDowell.
They're both
Okay.
big
big
gentlemen.
men. Big
Both
men
big
throw weight
gentlemen.
around.
They do. They throw your
So
weight
there's a
around.
correlation
There
that
is.
we're trying to
There is.
say,
I
right?
think there is a correlation. Because I had, the last time I was at the event, I was driving a lot more like you. I was very nice on
Yeah,
the
I was
feather
like-
on throttle. I was
right,
getting on the
that's
track.
right.
Yeah.
I was running a
Yeah.
nice outside line. I was more focused on,
Right.
you know, I'm also not, you know,
Like,
yeah.
Tim, this is boring. I'm
Yeah,
like filming.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like, what are you
I wasn't
doing?
exciting, but I was getting around the track and I was learning the car and I was having a good time and I was consistent. I was focusing on consistency,
Right.
you know? So,
Consistently boring. Didn't have any pistons flying out.
no pistons.
Right.
You know, it's funny. There's a couple rotaries up for sale on Facebook. That
Oh,
I'm
good.
looking
No,
at.
Oh,
I'm thinking
God.
about trading, but
No, don't. Do
I'm not
that.
going to do it.
It's
Oh,
fun
boy.
to drive from point A to point B, but you can't. Oh god.
Yeah.
Unless you're like
I did
Jeremy.
find an E30 I really want.
Oh yeah.
And the main reason why I want it is because it has the Bore Bay Type A's on it. And it reminds me of
Oh yeah.
it reminds me
Eric's-
of Eric's car when
Eric's-
it's in my garage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, somebody buy my Z because I know I could scoop it up for a really good price.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
nobody's bought my Z yet.
Right.
Wow.
So I just want to thank again Bill and Brittany for the opportunity, and I can't really thank him enough for that day, because I got to tell you, like, I'm telling you, it was just a major change of pace, big time, because you consider how what we mentioned not too long ago is just we go to these events and we're doing all these different things. Now, and you often forget, like for me, like I often forgot, like, I mean, I actually forgot about like, oh, when was the last time I've driven? And when was the last time I've ridden along with anybody? And it was just a thing where like, it was so like out there that it wouldn't even register.
Right.
Because I'm just so caught up with just like, okay, we got to go to this event to do this and go to this event to do that. And just to kind of do that, it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air,
Oh,
I would say. And
nice.
and just so different. And I got to tell you, it's sort of, it was definitely a highlight for the day. And it really kind of like set the tone for the rest of what would transpire, because it really kind of like just helped me out for the rest. But just going back, I just want to thank them again, because it was a good time. Not only to just spend it with them, but also to see Paul's car catch on fire.
Paul.
Just,
Exciting end to the day.
Pinnacle of the
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't over for Ben.
Yes, indeed. Right. And so going back, like I mentioned earlier, it was just a matter of like, okay, well, do I have enough time? The event ended at 4:00, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do
You were
this.
still here. You were still there till
Right.
like 4:30, 4:45.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
still pretty late.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I was like, the weather's based
Played-
on the way how
it
the weather
played
has
in your
been.
favor.
I was like, this is gonna play in my favor.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the gamble. I already like researched the estimated time, the distance to kind of get over there.
From
2 hours and a half
OSW
from OSW,
To Sebring, right?
and it wasn't like no major highways. It was like these back roads,
Yeah.
kind of like where we're coming back from
Yeah, coming back from
Freedom
Clutch
Factory,
Kickers.
yeah.
Freedom Factory. Yeah. It was one of those things where like
Am I
there was
in
nothing.
the right place?
There was nothing for miles. I was actually, I will say maybe like 50% of the whole travel was with no service, so no cell service. So it kind of gives you a sense of where I was at.
Yeah.
So as I was going, I was like, okay, well, let's see how this goes. Because if anything, what I could just do is just make a quick left
Yeah.
and go on I-95 and just go down.
Right.
Yeah.
But one thing that helped was I was actually following along with the live stream to get some updates, and all I kept seeing was commercials, and I was just like,
Hours.
2.5
Okay.
hours of commercials.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, they didn't play one commercial during the event.
"Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I talked to Chris. I saw Chris today, so we'll talk about that. Go ahead, keep going.
Oh, okay, all right, cool." So all I saw was commercials, but now, and I was just kind of curious as to like, well, what's going on? Because I don't really see, I don't
a
understand.
lot of commercials, by the way.
Right, a lot of
so
commercials.
props to them
Right,
for
right.
new commercials.
So I just so happens, so I'm thinking like, who do I call? Who can I contact? I can't call Chris Jackson because he's in the
losing his
zone,
mind.
and there's no way whatsoever we're going to be able to reach
Yeah.
out. I'm going to be able to reach out to him. And then somehow I recall that Nick Ward was going to make an appearance. So I was like, let me call Nick Ward from Taxi Garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can give you an update.
I call him, and he's there. He's like, "What's up, buddy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just thinking about just driving over there." He's like, "Oh, how far are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I would say like 2.5 hours away."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I don't know if you're gonna make it here on time." I'm like, "Well, why do you say that?" He's like, "Well, clear skies. Looks like we're about to go again." I'm like, and I'm driving, and I'm like, I kind of have a sense of like the direction of where the clouds are going. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Because we got poured on, and they were going that way.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're
Yeah.
like, not for long, pal.
Yeah. I kid you not. I should have put money on it.
Yeah.
I so should have, because it just so happens, boom, freaking another rain delay.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, Sebring is very strict when it comes down to
Yeah, they had lightning.
the rain
and it's
delays.
like,
Well,
shut
so
down.
so and I want to just touch on that real quick because, like I said, I saw Jackson earlier today, and he said they follow like the NASCAR rules. NASCAR rules are also the same way for the crowd and for the racing. If there's lightning strike within a certain distance, they shut it down. So they basically adhere to those same standards. So that's why they're so strict on lightning. Because from what I understand, Chris was saying a lot of people are like, "Oh, dude, it's just, it's over there. It's Florida, man. It lightnings all the time." He said it doesn't matter. Those are the rules that they stick by, and they're not going to change it for anybody.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Last thing you knew is just somebody gets struck
Yeah,
by lightning.
somebody's struck by
And this is a lightning strike capital of the world.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, people often forget about that.
Other than,
it's a stat.
There's a lake in Venezuela. I think that's the most striked place ever. But
Huh.
Well, but it's just a lake. We're a whole state.
no, it gets like it's ridiculous how many lightning strikes it gets.
Okay, but you can avoid the lake.
Oh, I'm gonna look,
we have a
I'm
whole
gonna look
state.
it up. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Actually, I just remembered something that I completely forgot about, and it's relevant to Paul's misfortune.
Oh,
really?
Right.
Yeah,
Yes,
some misfortune
exactly.
cookies, huh?
Yeah,
Misfortune cookies.
So I'm going to pause him a little road trip, and I
Okay.
want to circle back over to Paul because not only did his mishap at the event wasn't the first time he had an encounter with fire, right? What happened?
That's right.
What happened
That's
the day
right.
before,
Yeah,
Paul?
That just
Yeah,
set the tone
yeah.
for the weekend. So tell us,
Yeah.
prior to your private day,
Okay, well,
What
I was at home on Friday getting the car ready and everything, so I took the day off, and I'm sitting there. Well, I say take the day off. I really was working from home, so I was doing proposals, and my wife threw in a load of laundry, and then I'm like, what? She's like, she wants to go out to lunch, so I'm like, okay, yeah, but hold on, I want to get this proposal done. So like 15 minutes into this proposal, I'm like, I start smelling something. I'm like, what the hell is that? I look over because the dryer's in the garage right next to me where I'm working, and the dryer's on fire. So I run. I'm like, oh my God. So I rip all the clothes out. I thought one of the clothes was on fire or something. I rip all the clothes out. It's still on fire. There's smoke coming out of the front panel. I'm like, I ripped the front panel off. Look, nothing on fire behind there. I can't find out where the fire is. I finally unplug the dryer, and then it just starts to calm down. Well, eventually I found underneath the dryer, it was all full of lint, and somehow the wires got so hot that it ignited the lint and then caught it all on fire. But thank God we were there, because otherwise the house would have been burnt down, the car would have been burnt down, the dogs have been dead. It would have been
good time for a fire sale.
fire sale. Yeah, it would have been a.
So what's the stat that you mentioned to us? So
Yeah,
that
like,
way
it was
everybody
like, it
knows.
was like 90% of house fires are caused by dryers, which I thought was insane. So yeah, so don't dry your clothes while you're home, and not while you're asleep or away.
And don't bounce your car constantly off the river limit.
Yeah, and don't bounce your car constantly off the ramp limit, or keep fire away.
and constantly check on your lint. Make sure it's not
well-
clogged or
Well,
anywhere.
this wasn't the lint filter. It was literally underneath the dryer. Like there's a where the motor's mounted for turning the dryer and all that
Okay.
was just filled with lint,
Oh.
and that caught on fire.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
It's crazy.
So make sure to vacuum your the area around your dryer.
Whirlpools are known for it. So if you have a Whirlpool dryer, Timmy, you have Frigidaire.
Nope, Frigidaire.
Yeah. So Whirlpool dryers, because the lock mechanism overheats and catches lint on fire.
Well, that's not
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. What are you listening?
I wish I had some graphics so that way I could just put a star over your head. The more you know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, I was trying to,
It's good to know. Anywho.
What the hell?
Hey, no music. What's the matter? Hey,
no,
what's the matter?
I was trying to find that like a fire alarm thing to play, but I fumbled.
It's okay.
Yeah,
All right, don't worry
fumbled.
about it. Next time, just send a text or something. I might have been able to do that. Anywho,
Next time.
back to the story. So
Yeah.
road trip, I was making my way. I actually dealt with a couple of storms, and I was just like, okay, well, these storms are going to hit them for sure. So it's going to delay them even further. And I got to say, gentlemen, I was shocked to see that I actually made it on time to watch the competition.
So when did you pull up? Like at what point of the where the competition's about ready to start?
I'll say that I pulled up. The judges weren't even on the stands.
Okay.
In their position.
Yeah,
I actually saw some of the competitors, some of the drivers using the restroom facilities,
Oh, okay.
and
So enough
pretty
time.
much nobody was kind of
Yeah.
set to go. Everybody was kind of like, I guess, waiting for the go ahead from the track to
Yeah,
give him, the opportunity to go back
Yeah.
to restart the event.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say though, the ambiance at the venue was a little, I don't want to say depressing, but
Yeah,
you could just say that people were
tired.
exhausted.
Exhausted. Yeah.
And
frustrated. or
no,
exhausted?
I wouldn't say
It was
frustrated.
just like
I would just say that it was
been a
they were
long day.
exhausted.
it was a long day.
It was, because think about it. It's not only about, well, first off, we've been there.
Yeah.
We've dealt with Sebring. We
It's
know how
It's hot.
crazy
In July.
the weather is. How the
And it
heat
didn't
hits
rain
you.
all day until the end, until the competition started, right? They got through qualifying and everything with no rain, or did they have rain delays all the way?
I don't remember.
That's
They had
it.
one delay. They had one delay before, I think.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
showed-
So the ambience was just them. They were just exhausted.
Right.
And mind you, I'm just showing up all giddy. I was
Yeah.
like, I've had such a great day. I'm instructed. I'm driven. I mean, taking video, photos, all this stuff.
Paul caught on fire. Got the
Yeah, exactly.
great. Oh,
Yeah,
it was a
exactly. I
great
saw
day.
G on fire. I was like, what? So it was just great. It was just phenomenal. And not to mention is like I don't have to necessarily be working at Sebring.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
trying
know.
to just hang
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
That's one thing I say. I was whatever little bit of live stream I watched. I was just like,
You
I'm
felt-
so glad we are not there. I am just so glad
Yeah. Up and freaking hell, having to deal with all
because
that.
I knew the facility is
It's hard to-
I knew it wasn't going to be set up.
It's just hard to.
It wasn't being for people that were doing the live stream and stuff like that.
It's
It would
hard
have
for
been
them.
miserable,
Right.
and it was
Yeah.
from what I heard. It was
Yeah,
rough.
well, I guess I could kind of like fast forward to that. Like, I will, tip of my hat to the individuals that were not only running the live stream, but everybody else, all the staff
Yeah.
that were
trying to keep it going,
trying to just
yeah.
make this event happen.
That was rough.
Because it was just absolutely rough. Mind you, I don't envy them. I don't envy the position that we're in, but at the same
No.
time, it was just one of those things where I was just like, oof.
Yeah, because the
boy.
thing is at least for those people that are doing a live stream or doing the judging and everything like that,
It's not really
that type of day at the Freedom Factory or OSW is not the same as Sebring. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nowhere to run to at Sebring. You're sitting in your car, you're sitting in your trailer, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like for those that are working the event at the OSW or the Freedom Factory, there's somewhere to go. You know, to be in AC and to be in the shade and to not have to deal with the elements like you do with the
Yeah, I
Sebring.
kept on forgetting
That's
that
Sebring.
as I'm listening and watching the drifting. I'm like, oh, but they're sitting in the booth. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm like,
They're not sitting-
oh, they're not sitting in a booth.
No.
Where are they?
They're in a
Oh,
tent.
so they were in a tent?
Chris said the guy that was doing a live stream. I think he typically does I think he does like live stream for his church or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, and and he was just set up in tents, and he was having problems with the tire shreds getting the dust getting all over his keyboards and his mouse pad. So he was having a lot of problems. I think the guy he's going to use next time though has a box truck that has AC in it.
Okay.
Basically
That makes
but
sense.
it's like set up for the live streams and stuff. So like, that guy
okay.
should be fine.
Yeah,
He's set
yeah.
up for it. But so next round, it's going to be a double header. So I'm sure it's going to be much better. This, I mean, freaking that rain just kills it. It's like it's hot. You say you're tired. It's like everyone's beat up.
Yeah.
It's like they got beat up all day, and then
Yeah.
you're getting rained on, and you just want to go home, but you can't because the competition. You're still waiting for the competition. So,
Right.
you know,
Dude, that Sasha guy's freaking
Sasha
qualifying-
Prospero?
His freaking qualifying run. He's the only one that filled out the zones that I saw. Like, I don't know if
Was he the number one qualifier?
I think it was the number one qualifier. I don't
so
know if
there was a
he didn't do very well in the competition, but I watched his qualifying run, and I was watching other people's qualifying run. Like they couldn't reach the zones or anything, and I'm like watching his run. He's like filling the zones, like fully out. I'm like, holy freaking cow! And this little S14 that's not, you know.
Well,
looks like
there
Bill.
was. So what I heard, there was some complaints saying that he's a dirty driver, that he was doing tricks to throw people off, like brake checking
really?
people and stuff.
Oh, really?
I don't know how much that is true.
Yeah, but that comes with it.
Well, according to Paul, it didn't matter because his competition wasn't up, I guess up to par. Paul.
Well, not only that is
I don't know, watch it. If you
none
go
of the
back-
tandems were that close that a brake check should even affect them.
Yeah. I don't
Oh,
think-
So you know what I'm
uh,
saying? If you're a car and a half or 2 cars away, if the guy brake checks you, you have more than enough time to react. So it shouldn't play. Now, if you're door to door and you're within a foot, then I can see, okay, you could give somebody
Yeah.
if they brake check or try to play some games. But
Yeah,
there
I
was
mean-
nobody that was through the whole track that was that close.
No,
No.
like I said, yeah, like you're right. The only time that really plays, and like if you're like FD close,
Yes.
it doesn't really play. I mean, he breaks in front of you, and you just get a little closer. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I didn't really see a lot of the competition, but I did see the qualifying, and because as I'm driving down back from OSW, there was nothing playing, so I'm watching the.
But there's
the
a lot,
reruns.
even between the events, there was a lot of down, even between the runs, there was a lot of downtime. Like, it'd take it forever for the next car to go, next batch. to go.
Yeah, no,
The top 16 took a while.
yeah.
It took a while. Part of the reason is each driver was given, well, up to a certain point, they were given side laps.
Yeah,
So
they're
they
gonna
would do a
side
side
laps,
lap and then they would do the competition.
Mhm.
But one of the problems where if you were at the venue, there was a technical issue and there was no commentary playing on the speakers. So
Yeah.
nobody had a sense
Oh.
of what was going on
Oh, really?
at the event.
They
Yeah,
couldn't
they
get
announced-
anything on the. They couldn't get any announcing.
No, they had
Oh,
announced, but they
that's
couldn't get the announcers
get the
over the
feed.
lot. To
Well, that's what I'm saying.
to
They could, I
speakers
know,
yet.
yeah, I know. I heard Alec and Dustin. So, but I'm saying they couldn't get them to speakers. So that sucks.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of people there when you got there? Like a lot of spectators?
No, it's probably just
I figured most of them probably left by
yeah,
then.
just,
Saint-
yeah,
yeah,
just
it was
staff
pretty much gone.
and drivers and pit crew.
Pit crew, yeah, pit family, and stuff like that.
I did see some people, but I just
That rain
I would
just
have liked to have been able to like be there earlier to be able to like properly compare. But
I can't believe
I mean-
Connor blew another motor.
right, yeah,
Another one.
that's crazy. And that was that. I think that was the engine from the
And
S14.
he's supposed to be competing this weekend too.
Where?
At a up north, like Texas or something. There's another Pro-Am series.
he's got a pretty good program. They could slap it on the motor. I
Yeah,
think
I
probably
guess.
no problem. He's got guys. He's not doing everything himself like Taylor Ray. I was watching a video and that guy's doing everything himself.
Yeah, no, Taylor does.
So it takes longer.
Yeah. So, other than that, I mean, you looks like you got some photos, and how'd that go?
It was pretty good. I just, like I said, it was just kind
You got
of.
footage? Because I didn't. Did you get any footage?
I took some photos.
Are we gonna see some?
Took photos.
Oh, just
They're
photos.
out there,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But do you want to see the
Who-
photos or?
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, I figured.
So who won the event?
So
Oh
the
wait, I saw it. Brandon won, right?
Brandon McDowell got first.
Oh.
Second was Adam Ginkle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a hats
And
off to Adam.
third
Freaking Adam
was
was,
Lee Yearwood.
yeah, Lee Yearwood did good, but Adam did. I was really impressed with Adam. Adam did really good, very consistent.
That G's got a lot of. I mean, like it looks like it's got a lot of freaking power.
But he's got nitrous in it. But
It must be blowing like freaking 200 shot through that thing. It looks like.
no, Adam's doing really good.
No, he's
I'm
doing
really
good.
proud of him. I think he's doing freaking awesome. So that was cool to see him get second place like that, and yeah, that was cool. Congrats to Adam.
Yeah. He's been working hard on
Yeah,
it,
he's
too.
been working hard. He's been driving since county line. So this is the first time I think he's won against competitors at this level.
Yeah, I
gotten this
I
high.
don't think he's actually won.
Well,
in
it helps when
competitions.
you find another gear, so it makes you competitive.
Yes, the third gear. Yeah, the third gear.
Oh,
helps.
well, he's you jerks! Fucking hell!
Maybe that's what the problem was. He used third gear. You're not using third gear. You too can get
It
second
wouldn't.
place if you
When
use third
I
gear.
tried third gear first, it bogged down, and I'm like, I don't want to go back to the pits. So I just kept on using second gear. The car's been doing so well for so long, and I figured it would still
It will handle
hang
it.
on there. It didn't.
Yeah.
It gave up the ghost.
Well, it's a good turnaround for Adam because remember, round one, I think he had some sort of car issue.
He did.
Oh yeah.
Did you stay till the end?
No, I didn't.
No,
I
yeah,
didn't stay to the end.
yeah.
I was just one of those things where like, it's getting dark. It's getting really dark.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you saw on the live stream, but
Yeah.
It was
the
dark.
start
See the
line,
start
you're gonna
line.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't have the equipment to properly take photos in this environment, and at the same time, I don't have to
to.
stay because
Yeah, I have no
not
obligations.
there's no obligations. I'm like, bye bye, and then woo,
You get the-
yeah, it just took off, and but I think I did see like the rest of it on the live stream itself, and
Jackson, he's gonna have a jumbotron for the next event.
Oh, that's cool.
Jumbotron.
So he's gonna have a live stream up on a jumbotron.
That makes sense.
Is
That's
it
pretty cool. It'd be cool.
is it weather resistant, weatherproof, or
I'm
something?
sure it is. If it's a jumbotron, those things go up outside all the time. So.
Yeah, you remember FT used to do that at like Road Atlanta. They used to
Yeah,
have,
it's
like,
just
double-
it's good with a smaller venue like Sebring where everybody's kind of gathered together in one
Yeah.
spot. But they did it at Formula Drift Atlanta, and it looked so tiny. It was like wasn't even worth watching.
Well, it doesn't make
Oh,
sense
okay.
to do it at Formula Drift Atlanta because that place is perfect because you can everywhere you are, you can see the entire track. You can see a great, you can have a great viewpoint. So I wish we had a track like that. This is amazing. But anyways,
anyway, so you were able to do both things. So you felt accomplised. You had a
Yeah, it
a
was a
busy
good
Saturday.
drafting day.
And I got to tell you, that's one of the first things I said to myself. I was like, I feel accomplished.
did Diana go with Diana? Was
Yeah, she was there.
She,
she rode it with Bill, taking videos of behind me.
Oh, good. Yeah.
yeah, and that dragged her along, and luckily she was she was a trooper. She dealt with
She always is.
Oh,
all of the shenanigans, and
She was filming me after I blew up my car and I was strapping it
I
down.
want to see those.
Yeah. And I'm like, I look behind me, and she's like, I'm filming it. I'm
Well, I
making a
told
video.
him, I was like, make a video. You got to
I'm
talk
like,
about
what
it.
are you taking a video from me for?
Do we have that?
what?
The footage from Diana?
No. Maybe I'll put.
You'll piece it together.
I plan on putting something together.
Oh, please do.
There's a good amount of footage.
All tapes. Yeah, no, she was recording me every 5 seconds that I looked at her.
Can you use like an old Charlie Chaplin like theme, like more
More like a Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, Benny
Yeah.
Hill, that'd be good. Yeah,
Yeah, me trying to
But
get my
I
helmet off.
like the the old school like with the piano,
Yeah.
the whole things that they do.
Yeah.
One thing she gets a kick out of is the Paul's weather reports.
He's pretty good at it.
My weather reports. I'm good at
So what's gonna
predicting
happen
the
with
weather.
Clutch Kickers? 2 weeks.
It's gonna rain.
2 weeks.
It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain at 3:00 every day.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Actually, it hasn't been.
Well, I heard they adjusted the time, so we're good.
Okay.
They moved the normal run of show.
It's gonna be a tighter schedule.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
So
Makes sense.
But that means that on Sunday for sure we're gonna be really early up there.
That's
for
fine.
it. Yeah, it's not.
That
a
means
big
we get
deal,
out
but-
early.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm good
in
with
any case, congrats to the three gentlemen who
yeah.
made the podium.
Yep.
Yeah,
Brandon
they-
McDowell is still a leader in the point series.
I thought for some reason I was under the impression that what's his name won last round.
Connor.
No,
Ryan,
no,
Bill.
no. What the hell is his name? The guy in the 350Z. I can't remember anybody's
That
name.
really helps.
Acevedo?
No.
I
no,
just
no.
said that.
I saw you. Okay.
Can you just stop saying names? Just let me
Bill.
think for a minute.
John?
We
Joey.
had him on
Joey,
here.
Joey,
We had
John,
him on the
Joey.
show.
I had him on the show.
Had him on the show.
He owns
Dwayne?
No.
Not
Do you have a
Dwayne.
350?
Will Parsons.
No. He's a driver.
Zach Puloff?
No, Billy
Mitchell?
Billy Mitchell.
I just said that. We said Billy Mitchell.
No,
Bill.
We said Bill.
We said Bill. Same
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
Bill,
yeah,
Billy.
exactly.
His
Short
name's
for
Billy Mitchell.
His name's
Okay.
Bill.
Bill Mitchell.
If you don't,
yeah.
Well, you don't know him. You don't know him like we do.
Okay,
Okay,
you
That-
guys
that's
are-
your problem.
You
we
guys
call
on a
him
Bill basis?
yeah, we're
Yeah,
on a Bill
exactly.
basis.
Okay, I'm on a Billy basis.
All right.
Okay.
So you thought he won the first event?
I thought he won the first event. Did he not?
He was a
Wouldn't have-
podium finish.
He was a
But he did
podium
not-
finish. Okay.
He didn't win the event.
I thought he won the
And
event.
remember, they canceled they canceled an event. They postponed it to this one.
Well,
So-
no, but the first event, I thought the one at OSW, I thought he won it, but I guess
Billy
I was
Mitchell.
wrong. He was just podium.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Podium.
podium. Well, it's good for Brandon McDowell.
Mhm.
So he is solidifying himself.
Proving Ryan Kaufman wrong that you don't need to be fit and in
Wait,
shape
Well, shut-
to be a champion.
That's
You're trying to say-
Yeah,
Chris-
because I just remember
Chris-
I was thinking about that the other day. Like I was thinking
Ryan
about
was really beefing himself up.
yeah,
with the,
like oh, you know, you
I'm
gotta be
training
fit.
every day. I'm
Hey,
riding my-
I think he's right. I think you should. I think that
No, I'm
does
not
help
saying
you
it's
mentally.
bad, but
it
he-
was funny when Paul's like, well, I don't know about that. Bill Stinger, he was always kind of heavy. Look at Brady McDowell.
No,
and-
Bill Stenger. I mean, he had a McDonald's cup full of alcohol.
Yeah, no,
and,
know.
and he outdrove everybody.
yeah. So
Yeah, and the car was like at the time was like a 4x4.
yeah.
You remember-
And, Ahmed. I mean, there was a lot of guys that were heavy that used to drive a lot.
We're making fun of fat people now.
I'm making fun of fat people.
What the hell?
I'm part of the fat people crew.
Yeah, but not the certain.
I'm
level.
on the on the outer fringe.
According to Paul, you're the medium size.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm the medium
remember?
size. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, it's ice hockey, right?
Yeah,
You're the
yeah.
skinny guy, I'm the medium guy, and you're the big guy. If you
No,
ever played
it was-
ice hockey,
it
the old
was,
ice hockey
it
game.
was- no, we were talking about when we came up to the clutch kickers. And it was like it was a fat one, a medium one, and a skinny one. Remember that? No, you don't
No,
remember
I
that?
don't remember
remember
that.
that.
It was the accident.
Yeah, you don't
I
remember
don't remember
nothing.
everything since my accident.
Well,
Anyways,
What accident?
I wonder if
I had
Daddy.
a really bad accident when I was before I met you guys. When I was
okay.
right before like 24 years ago. I had a
Oh.
really bad accident.
Oh, okay.
He got in a.
We
Okay.
don't have to go
That-
into details. This is,
Well,
you know,
him-
I
Yeah.
had
stuff.
amnesia. Like I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he
Like
couldn't remember
like
anything.
a day of my life
He got in a car crash. He didn't know how he got in a car crash.
for like
He was driving down the
almost
road.
a
And that's all he
year.
remembered.
Yeah, for a long time.
I'm sure the insurance company was happy about that.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I got
My parents are like, tell him that something happened.
I was like, I don't know.
They're
what
like, well, I
happened.
can't lie.
Well, that's what I felt. You
I
know,
can't lie.
I
That's
wish I
kind
would
of
have
you.
lied now, but I guess the lie would have been true sooner or later. But I didn't know.
Well,
I had filed bankruptcy for that whole thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
He had a balloon payment on a car.
Anyways,
Wow. Okay.
I've made
I did not. Like I said, I did not want to go down this avenue, but it seems like
I
you
made
guys
some
were
mistakes. I
bent
can-
on going. So
I can tell you a lot of things what not to do.
Okay. All right.
Well, it was fun.
Anyhow, so what's next?
Yeah. All right.
I did send you some things. I don't know if you want to go into that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me go
Okay.
into that.
So let me just set the stage.
Setting
Setting the stage.
Set the stage.
So I've been looking. We had Pat Gooden, and he gave his opinion on some of my ideas of the Drift Sessions mobile unit. Go ahead.
Are you?
Right. I'm sorry. I just
You're not
remembered.
ready for that, are you?
No, hang
Okay.
on, hang on.
Okay.
I just want to say, I feel bad for the judges.
Oh, it's specifically Pat
absolutely.
Gooden?
They were
Yes.
okay. Like
They
I feel like
they were berated by some of the drivers.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Not berated, but like there was some people that were upset for some stupid reasons.
oh, okay. Well,
I'm not going to get into the details.
yeah,
but
don't. But I was actually just going to talk about the conditions that they were in
Well, that
because
too.
I'm just thinking about like for Pat, it might be like one of those like reoccurring nightmares. Because remember, like round one at Clutch Kickers,
Yeah.
sorry, not round one, sorry, the first
Yeah.
season, where he had to be there, like up top on the scaffolding
Getting
and
shot
dealing with all
with
the
mud
elements
and-
and the splash zone, and now to just fast forward to Pro-Am this series, and it's back to that where he's having to be out in the middle on top of the scaffolding, dealing with the elements.
Yeah.
Splash zone is just a whole nightmare, just coming to hit him, and torture him again.
yeah.
It's just crazy.
Poor guys, all
So-
of them, Jeff and Kelsey as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's just one of those things where I was just like, oh boy, it's just rough. It's just, but and I only realized it when I got there too. Because you don't necessarily see. I mean, I didn't catch it on the live stream. I think at some point or another
A little bit towards the end.
they showed it, the sort of the setup that they had going on.
Yeah.
But once I got there and I got to see it firsthand, I was just like,
Yeah.
no.
You're like, thank God.
Oh boy.
So
Okay. So Tim, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I've been in search of course, we don't have the money, but maybe one day
Dreaming.
you dream. Yeah, we dream big. That we'll be able
You
to
play the
afford.
Powerball. Have you seen it? It's like $1
Yeah,
billion.
$1 billion. I know. Well, so I've been looking. I kind of kept the price down, so I kept it under $50,000 this time because we had that stretched limo American truck.
Under 50. Okay, you really.
So
are
I
doing
no,
it.
actually no, it's under 20.
Okay.
Like, I think I kept them all in 120. So I got 4 selections, and I think I numbered them too. So you can go in order.
Yeah.
I forget the order, but that's fine. So the idea is to build a Drift Sessions mobile live stream rig that we can take when we want to do our own live streams or when we want to go to these events. So I don't know, Ben, if you have any queued up. Okay, there's the first one. This one here.
Hang on.
Oh
The
my
best part of
Waking up is Folgers in your cup.
well, that too. Let me know when it's on their screen.
Hang on.
So,
Where is-
You're gonna see this, and this is probably a little smaller than what you would think, but it's super comfortable. The best part of this ad are the hashtags when they go in the description. But let's look at the pictures first. You got it up there?
It's like one of those.
Yeah, it's
Japs-
up there now.
So it's pretty cool, right? It's
Like
a
a
Toyota
JDM
93.
truck.
That would be pretty cool to pull up as a Drift Sessions live stream truck.
Yeah, but there's no room in it.
I know, but I'm just saying it'd be pretty cool. Wait till you look at the inside.
The aerodynamics would really hurt the fuel economy,
It
but
does, well, yeah,
That's
but
very important.
no,
That
it's
is
got
very
the
important.
wing, the downforce. But this,
Yeah, we
but
don't need
it would be pretty
downforce.
if we wrap
Exactly.
this. But if we wrap this thing like Drift Sessions and pulled up, it'd be pretty sick.
It
People would like it.
It would be sick.
It would be.
But we, at the same time,
It's
we don't want to be.
unrealistic.
We don't want to be spending a fortune on gas.
Yeah.
Well,
simply because we decided to put a spoiler
Well,
when,
yeah.
when it doesn't need it.
Okay, well, we could trim the spoiler down. But
Okay.
my point is that would be pretty. That'd be pretty sick pulling up to a spot. And
I mean, look at that thing.
everybody would
do
love
you,
that though.
Do you really need that, Tim?
We don't. We
You
can
can
take
be-
that off. Okay, we'll take that off.
Please.
Okay, so anyways,
Yes.
but keep going through the pictures. I thought it was pretty cool. That's
is this
a really-
thing in Japan?
No, it's here. It's
No,
actually in Florida. It's on the West Coast.
Florida plate. Do you not pay attention,
Oh,
Paul?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
So it's a 1993 Toyota Hiace. Is that how you say it?
Hiace.
Highest.
Hiace.
Whatever. Okay, so pretty cool. It's got,
Put some respect to the
yeah,
name.
look,
Come
I
on.
love the doors. Front doors are sick. Look at the back.
It's
That
like,
is
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah, that's,
Look, the judges have a table. They can go over their scores there.
That's disco fever there.
That's what I'm saying. They can
Yes.
go over their scores there. They can
Very
put their cups
plush.
in their drinks. Very plush, comfortable, very comfortable. A little tight, but comfortable. Go to the next one. Look at that.
oh my God.
I'm
Is it like a
talking
Taj
about
Mahal or
luxury.
something?
That
What's
is
the
the-
matter
Talking
here?
about luxury. This is a sick little truck. I'm telling you, Drift Sessions all over the side of it.
The chandeliers.
The chandeliers are freaking
Chandelas.
phenomenal. Yeah, chandeliers. We could play
Chandelas.
some Miley Cyrus,
Some
and,
Cyrus.
and we could
Miley
play the
Cyrus.
wrecking
I don't know
ball,
what the
and
hell.
we could swing from the chandeliers.
Okay.
Keep going.
All I see is just us watching Bollywood movies.
Yeah.
Gets better.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's better.
well, no, keep
Yeah,
going, keep
try
going,
to-
keep
I need
going.
truck.
Oh, okay.
It's on the.
You know, that's
the
towards the
rise.
end. Click it again. Okay, again.
Same thing. Okay.
Okay, a little closer look. Click it again.
Hey, cup holders.
Hydroholics.
There you go.
Oh,
See?
what the? What
Let's
is-
take a picture of two people kissing because that's going to sell the van, and it does for me. I want to buy that truck even more now because two
What?
older people are kissing in the back.
Okay, so
to
are
the
you
next picture.
Oh, wait, hang on. Are you trying to say that you're expecting the judges to kiss one another
Yes,
once it comes to
yes.
a decision?
Right.
That's-
That'll be where the.
That is the weirdest thing.
That is, yes.
That's really weird.
Not sure. And who's
Okay.
taking the picture? Don't know.
All right.
Like, okay, now.
Okay, so now, now we're back. Look at the other. But look at that van with Drift Sessions
I don't know
across.
if I want the van now because, like, there's
No, but
obviously
seriously, come
with
on.
the plush and
That's
the,
a pretty sick
Yeah,
looking
exactly,
there's some
van.
right?
things going on in there.
Come on, look at that van. That looks
I
sick.
don't know.
I mean, keep
going, keep going.
I mean, we would have to buy like a tub of Lysol.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
just-
yeah.
yeah,
We'd probably have to
I
mean,
reupholster it and get the
'cause-
stains out.
and-
Go over with the black light.
Right, black light, exactly
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
Because,
good.
oh boy, I can't imagine the stains.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. Next picture. Okay, I don't think
Okay,
you've noticed it
alright.
yet, but it's okay. It's got some stuff in the refrigerator and stuff. Go ahead, click.
I mean, here's another thing. We don't need the wheels. That's another hit to the impetus.
Yes, no, it's pretty good. Keep
All
going.
right.
Keep going.
All right. Okay.
Keep going.
Well, it's pretty narrow, so it will fit in tight spaces.
Right hand drive.
Of course it will.
Yeah, of
be.
course, it's right-hand drive is highest.
That's, no, I know, but I'm just saying that's just. I'm telling you, how sick would that be? And read those car keys.
Will wax what?
You got.
Hang
Can you
on.
enlarge the
Yeah,
pictures or no?
Hang on. Oh.
Will
Will
work for
work.
sex?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense now.
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Let's see.
What, Tim? What was the search term that you used to find this car? Because I'm. Oh boy.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
It's a pretty cool, freaking cool truck. Okay, now
okay,
the
well,
best part of this is the description. So I don't know if you can click and you can
Oh,
zoom out the
I thought you were
description.
gonna say that they're gonna trailer the car for us.
No, but I think it's a pretty
Yeah,
sick
that's a
little
nice truck. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a pretty cool
Okay.
little truck.
Let's see.
Description. Can you blow it up at all or no?
Let me see what I can do here.
Okay. Okay, there you go. Perfect. For sale, 1993 Toyota Hiace, right-hand drive, Oh, sorry.
5-speed.
Yeah, my eyesight's not too good.
Five-speed party van. It has an inverter in it and a sink with running water. It drives, stops, great. Things it needs, though, is new AC compressor, just locked up, heading to a show. Radiator replaced, front brakes soon. I have the pads. It has a few paint blemishes that can be touched
Read
up.
the hashtags.
For sale, for trade, boob car, Jap van. Oh my God, it gets better. Toyota Hiace, whore bus, bang bus. We'll rent out to bang bus, porn van, bang in it, limo service, mini truck, Japs. Oh my gosh,
$11,000. though.
No,
But that is not a bad
if
price.
anybody's gonna do that, there's been a lot of oh man.
No, but let me tell you something. For $11,000, that's not a bad price for that.
No,
A
the
right-hand
things-
drive-
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad for the things that have happened in that. It's bad.
That
Look,
aside, it
the
is not a
outside,
bad
what are we-
price.
Are we not
I'm
driving
just saying,
it?
well, we're driving it,
Well,
but you can ride in the back.
Gabby
This-
Garbanzo Bean's going to have to go
Gabby
in there.
Garbanzo.
Your first job, Gabby, is to
Yes,
clean
our-
the
our
highest
regular-
van.
Anyways, so that's his first job.
First-
You gotta disinfect
I
with a
thought it
black
was-
light.
I thought it was hard to be an estimator.
Okay, so
No,
anyways,
sir.
all right, so that was pick number one. You guys, I guess, not too happy with it, but it's local.
No,
It's in
hang
Florida.
on, hang on. Let's take a realistic approach to this because I mean,
I
I'm
don't know,
having
man.
the joy, from watching all of this.
You weren't expecting to
will
see
say
this?
I
You were
wasn't,
not
I
expecting
wasn't
to see this?
expecting it.
We have to.
I like wait, what?
Where is this thing?
It's in Florida. It's Newport
It's
Richie.
Newport Richie.
That's on the way to Clutch Kickers.
I know.
right.
No, dude, we got to do a video of actually test driving this thing.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
You could drive it.
No, we got to go there
With
together.
gloves.
And no, we got to film it. We got to find. We got to.
Hazmat suit.
We have to film this guy. This guy's probably interesting.
Oh, he's
I mean,
got to
he's
be,
gotta be
hippie.
interesting.
He's hippie for sure.
Nah, he's hippie.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is, but he's got to be interesting.
Okay, so then we'll put that. Maybe we'll do a
right,
video.
we
on
got to
that.
do that.
Maybe
But taking the realistic approach to this, there's still going to be a good amount of modifications that we will need
Yeah,
to
we
do
have to
to
rip
just to
out
be
all
able
that
to make
plush
it make
crap.
this happen. I
we
mean,
can leave the roof.
the
You can
roof
leave
is
the
fine.
roof. You can leave the roof.
I mean, it's a good way to kind of like lean back, look up, and kind of get yourself lost and
But a
distract
drift
yourself.
sessions mobile where we take it up there, and okay, maybe the judges can't sit in there, but you could set up a little mobile thing in the back there,
Of course.
No,
and then we could drive that
have
up there.
Ben's desk.
But I'm
and
just
that's
saying that thing, strip the interior, redo the interior, so we get all the goo out,
it. The goo.
and,
The goo.
and we wrap it up with the drift sessions. If we pulled up to an event, drift sessions like that, people would go nuts. They would. I'm saying,
I'm not
style wise.
Yeah, no, style wise. I mean, I could see that.
Okay, so anyways, let's go.
I can see this. So let's put this in the docket.
Okay,
I mean, this is actually quite
there's
interesting.
potential on it.
Oh, there's definitely potential. What is it for? Okay, all right.
All right, so next one. So
next
so
one.
I knew this one was a little small, but I just
Risque.
risque.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a little stick hay, but
boy.
but nonetheless, it was something. This is more typical of what.
Oh, I sent you this
but-
one.
No, you didn't send me this
Yeah, I
one.
did.
No, you didn't. Because watch. Okay, it's just a regular
I love
box
this
truck.
one. I love
Go
this
through
one.
the
I've
picture.
seen this one.
Oh, you have seen this one?
Yeah, this one's great. Yeah.
Okay, this one is more realistic. Okay,
I think
it's
this
a
was
box
perfect.
truck. Okay, it's not best, but it has a side opening
That's
door.
what I loved about it.
Oh.
That we can just-
yeah, that's really the only feature on this thing. You can go back to that picture. That is the selling point for that box
Yeah,
truck.
because we just open up the side and
And it's only
instant.
$5,000.
but yeah, it's also
You-
an old truck.
Yeah, it's a whole truck. $5,000, and you could easily tow a 2-car trailer with that thing.
It's a cat diesel engine. Has many miles left in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm
But-
saying that you could tow a 2-car trailer. That would be functionality wise. That would be a good way to go because it's only $5,000.
Well, what's the matter with these cars, Tim? This is the second car that has an AC problem.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
it's $5,000.
Yeah.
So we'll fix the AC. Don't worry about it. I'll put a
Oh,
mini
I
split
know.
in there. It'll be
Oh,
cold.
that's the least of my concerns. I'm
Exactly.
just saying, there's a reoccurring theme over here that
Well,
No,
it's,
maybe it's playing to our favor if we think about it.
maybe
All right, maybe.
it's a bargaining chip. Okay, so that's
okay.
you
All
saw
right,
the
cool.
high points. So let's
Hey,
go.
this is not bad.
we'll
okay,
go to the next
all
one.
right.
The box is really what's nice on that.
Yeah,
one.
that
Yeah.
exactly. That I
Whoa,
thought.
what the heck?
Actually,
okay.
that's pretty cool.
No.
That is pretty cool.
This is
No,
not-
no.
No,
Look,
that's cool.
18.
No, that
was
is
it
cool.
$18,000?
No.
Easy
13. Is that
Rider.
13 or 18? I can't see.
It's got a Cummins in it.
$13,000.
13. Yes.
I like that
That
No.
is sick.
No.
one. No, I really like
That
that.
is sick.
No, it's
No, I
not.
really like
kidding.
it. I
Tim.
like
Ton of
it.
space.
You're not.
We could put people on the roof.
You're not You're not seeing the potential
Panoramic.
problems, Tim.
Panoramic.
What's on the
Everywhere
roof?
we go, most importantly, everywhere we stop, we're gonna have a trail of people wanting
do
to
you
just
like?
hound us to be open the door. I'm trying to get to work.
No, but that'll be the fun part.
That'll be the fun part.
That'll be the fun
Just to
part.
see Paul open the door, then kick them out of the
Yeah,
way
close the
before we
door.
take
I
off.
want to see this thing. This is really cool.
This is.
Oh my gosh!
I'm
This,
telling you. No.
I like that.
$13,000. More than enough room. More than enough room. We could sleep in there. We could.
Yeah,
we-
but can we drive it? I don't know. We
What do
need
you
a
mean, can you
CDL.
drive it?
We need a CDL to drive that.
It's not a. No, you don't. Why do you
You
need
sure?
a CDL? No, I didn't
You
need a CDL to drive the engine.
I think you need to have.
Oh,
No,
boy.
I
Okay,
drove.
okay.
I drove. I was a driver engineer for the fire department, and I didn't need a CDL to drive a.
Check it out.
okay, let's go back
Yeah.
to the action
Okay.
or lack thereof, and let's take a look at this vehicle in question, or should I say, this bus.
You can
Oh.
judge. Look at the judges can sit in the front. Plenty of space to see out
Judges
the
sit in
front.
the front.
To judge, yeah, you
No,
pull it right up.
they need a high position.
That you know how high it is being
No,
inside
I
that
would
thing?
I'd put the judges in the back, right there. We're looking out the back. of
Looking
that.
at what the back through the engine.
Yeah, that's not the that's not the engine.
The engine's in the back.
It's in the back.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
really?
a bus.
I didn't know buses had the engines in the back.
Really?
What do you
Wait,
think?
hang
They're-
on,
they're-
wait, what?
these-
I didn't know that.
Really?
What?
What?
You
I've never
serious?
been on a bus.
Well, you thought. So you
Wait,
thought. Wait, hold on a second.
okay,
Wait,
yeah,
no, wait,
exactly.
wait. So you thought the engine was in the front,
Well, underneath the cab, I thought.
underneath the cab.
I didn't know.
When's the last time you've been on a bus?
I haven't been on a bus.
He says he's never been on a bus.
You've never been on a bus.
no. Other than a Disney bus, that's about it. I haven't really paid
That's
attention.
the same thing.
I haven't paid attention.
When you walk in, it's flat. What is it like?
Wait, when you
That's-
when
what's
you
that?
drive around town, when you go to and from work, you don't encounter a bus.
I do, but
Right? Okay.
just didn't
And
pay
you
attention.
never stop to wonder, just like, why does that engine
back to
sound
this-
so loud?
Go back to the side
I-
profile. Go back to the side profile.
Okay.
One more click. Yeah. Where do you think the engine is? In
I
the front
get
or
it
to the
now.
back?
I
Go
get
look
it.
at the picture.
I get it now. Okay. Okay.
Look
I
at
get
the
it.
picture.
I get it. I
And
get
where's
it.
the
I get
AC?
it. On the top.
All right. So
Yeah.
now we're starting to get through.
Okay.
But AC he gets, but apparently engines he doesn't.
Well, I never really thought about it. Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, let's click at some more pictures because they show the inside. Plenty of room on the inside.
I don't know. This segment has turning out to be one of the best because not only are we finding these wonderful vehicles, but we're starting to learn more about
I know,
ourselves too.
we're so- yeah.
We're learning about
Engineering.
Paul.
These are
I
like-
mean, it's
yeah.
like, you know,
Wow, that was brilliant. Put the engine in the back. Who thought of that?
yeah,
I
exactly.
want to see
like,
the inside. I want to see the inside.
Okay,
No,
all
I
right,
really,
here we
I really
go.
like this thing.
Look at it. It looks clean.
No, I
Hey.
love it.
13 grand.
Even better, wheelchair accessible.
Exactly.
No,
So
dude, it's- I
we
really
meet all
like
the
it.
marks. 13 grand.
I really like it.
That's freaking great.
Let's see the height in the inside. That's what I'm really concerned about.
Plenty of height on the inside. Are you kidding?
Come on, we got to win the Powerball and we can do this.
Okay.
Plenty. Look at a lot of space.
Hey, Ricardo seats.
Yeah,
yeah.
look,
Oh,
it's ready to go,
Recaro.
man.
Oh, this thing is legit.
I'm telling you. No, keep going.
Okay.
Look at all that space.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is basically used. This, if you ever gone to the airport and
Yeah,
taken-
no,
this- okay.
yeah. It's an airport. It's an airport
Right, exactly.
transit.
So it's a luggage.
Wait,
right.
are you sure you know this, Paul?
I know
Because-
this van because I've been in it for Texas when I went to Texas.
Yeah.
Dallas has these vans going back and forth from terminal to terminal.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So now it's everything's starting to click.
yeah, exactly.
So I've been in this type of van.
Yes.
Yes.
So where
They're
would
nice.
the engine go? Oh, it goes underneath the floor.
You know, I didn't think. Okay, that's the problem.
It just magically goes on fairy dust. It just
was
whisks
I thought it
away
was the
with fairy
fairy
dust.
Anyways.
Okay.
So cool.
Well,
See,
definitely a remodeling is in order.
Well,
for the
just-
well, we got to
interior.
rip everything out.
Yeah, we just rip
Yeah.
everything out. Plenty of space though.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
really.
it's just you're basically just taking everything
we
out.
could do
That is sick. Tell me that that is not a great freaking deal for $13,000.
no, it's really cool. I like it. I do like
and
that.
diesel, and that thing
It's Cummins.
you'll get.
It's coming, so you can't
But I'm saying you're gonna get 1,000,000 miles on that thing easy.
backup camera.
Backup camera, TV, DVD, clean title.
DVD.
Does AC work?
AC, rear,
All right, so
see,
see,
rear,
I'm breaking.
rear AC and heat.
Yep,
air
there you go.
doors,
And heat.
2 new batteries.
air brakes. I think you have to have a CDL to operate a truck with air brakes. But
Maybe air brakes. You might have.
Yeah, I think you do.
Because our engine didn't have air brakes.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you do, but I don't know.
That's not a
Okay.
big a deal. But that's not all that
All
big a deal.
right.
That's
Just not too bad.
not too bad. Okay, so before we do the last one,
Oh no,
Okay.
there's 2 more.
oh, there's two
yeah,
more.
it's- yeah,
Yeah.
2 more.
Which so before we do the next one,
Okay.
we want to think in mind. And no, wait, hold on a second.
He's like
I
an
was thinking
interior
about
designer.
because I used to. Anyways,
Used to.
there's floods at the Freedom Factory, and the next one would be useful. So go ahead.
I mean, we've already opened our minds enough.
Okay.
Tim.
Yeah.
I mean, the first
The-
one
the
really
bang
kind of like
bus.
tested our limits.
Yeah.
All right, so
Go ahead.
let's
The
see
next
what's going to happen over here.
The next one.
All right. And well, bam.
Bam. Okay, so
A fire truck.
a fire
Wait,
truck.
what?
Listen,
What?
though, understand. You can use that to pump water out.
Now, why would we want to
Freedom
pump
Factory
water
fills
out?
up. We could pull the drift sessions could come to the rescue. Literally, pump out the lake that forms in the Freedom Factory, and we could save the day. Not only
We're
that,
running. See,
I know how to drive one. I'm licensed to drive one of those.
Yeah, this is okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
And you can convert the bed. That thing is. You can create a platform in the bed of that truck because there's a big water tank there.
There's enough room for us all to fit on
We
the whole
can
drive
take
up.
the water in it, but it's enough.
What's the
on
max
top.
speed those things get?
They get up to 70.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they get.
No,
70.
they do because we had to drive one. We used to have to drive them to testing, so we'd have to certify the truck every year. So we would have to take it to a facility, and we'd have to get on the highway, and it would go like 65, 70, which is fine.
It's like a big flying brick.
It is.
You can
but
sit on the front bumper. Is this
but-
supposed to be that way?
yes.
Oh, so
Well,
you
there's
can-
tools. There's a hose there's actually a
there's
hose in the front bumper.
There's hose in
You,
the
you
front.
keep the hose in the bumper. So, anyways, this is look how many pictures you got. It's $14,000. Not bad.
1995. It's got too
And
many
you put-
compartments, though. What are we gonna do with all the freaking
You
compartments?
could do whatever you want, whatever your heart
Oh, there's no
desires.
interior.
But the key is,
There is no interior.
what are you talking about? There's no interior.
There's
There's no interior photos.
The whole back is the whole back
but
is
the
just
inside,
containers.
there's a lot of room on the inside. I've
There's
been
no
in.
inside on the back.
No, but there's plenty of room in the
There's a
front cab.
pump.
In the cab, there's a lot.
machinery.
But in the cab, there's
In the
tons
ca-
of room.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
cab
in the
there.
cab there's lots of room, but
And I like I
not
said,
for having a desk or
I
anything
can drive
like
that.
No, that's a stupid idea.
That's an amazing
Unless
idea.
we're coming to rescue, well,
But
we
if
do.
we want to pump the water out, you know how long
yes,
it takes.
Yeah,
Look, this is the same.
And then when it's hot, we can hose people down.
if it had a ladder, I'd be for it.
Oh yeah,
If it
that's
had the-
really big though.
If it had the ladder, it'd be really.
The ladder truck.
Yeah, ladder truck
That would be
really
pretty cool. I
like,
thought about
That
that.
would be cool.
I
Just-
see that. I see the same problem as the El Dorado bus.
No, there's no
All right?
sperm in the
We-
fire truck.
No, listen. We drive around, and then if there's a fire, people are gonna want to like to stop us to put the fire out, and we'll be like, no, not for hire.
There's a fire in
Yeah.
the party bus.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I mean,
that
we
would be-
already have a pyromaniac over here
No,
to
the-
deal
the-
with,
the-
all right? So he's just gonna. I mean,
The El
that's
Dorado was pretty good. That was pretty freaking. That was a lot. That's potential.
right.
I mean, it has
But-
all the marks.
But
Good
it
price.
also has the potential for many issues, like many people just wanting to just get on the bus when we're like, no,
Well, we have to wrap it a certain way so people know.
that's
you
not
know.
gonna stop them.
We put what do they call when you see the buses when they're out of service on the front window?
People can read.
Not going
They
to
can't read.
Not going to Disneyland.
Yes, not going to Disneyland. So, anyways, okay, so
That'd be cool if we could put clutch kickers playing across the
oh
front.
gosh, I'm trying to
That
remember.
would be really cool.
That would be.
I'm trying to remember what the last one
That
was.
would be so cool if we pull up and there's clutch kickers going across the front.
Yeah.
I'm telling
like,
you,
that would be really
Eldorado-
cool.
That
That would
that's
be
my
really-
favorite. The
I
Toyota
still think that's
is the
yeah.
second. So
no,
let's-
the Toyota's gross. I'm not touching the Toyota.
Okay.
You'd have to burn the Toyota before I touch it.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
The
next.
Toyota's pretty sick. I'm telling you,
It-
that
I-
would
it makes you
fit
sick.
the scene. That would fit the scene. Though we pulled up in that,
But what
people
do we
would go
do
nuts.
with it? It's not going to change anything. Like I can just buy a van. I'll just buy a van.
No,
change
but it
it.
has styles. Right hand drive. It's Toyota. It fits. It's. I'm telling you, it's definitely.
It's not much. It's not much big upgrade from my other van.
It's a way big upgrade.
What's it
The
called
transit
again?
van?
The eco-
No,
Transit-
no, it's a
transit
huge
van,
upgrade.
yeah.
There's way more room in that thing. So, anyways,
Yes,
let's go to the next one.
Eh.
All right. So
Next vehicle.
last but not least, the one that is.
I forget what I picked.
Yeah,
so
but
bear
so
with
this
me.
will be a surprise
I want
to
to
us
say,
all.
yeah,
All right, here we go.
Another fire
Another
truck.
fire truck? What the
yes.
heck?
What the frick?
But look at the back. That's why I picked this one.
It's
look
an
at the
older.
back.
It's a 1975.
No, but there
fire.
you go. It's a mobile stage.
It's a 1975 fire truck.
It's a mobile
And
stage,
look,
though.
I can't imagine the condition. The photo
Yeah.
was taken in 2020,
yeah.
3
so
years.
it's probably deteriorated even further.
No, but it's
It's been
staged.
listed for 25 weeks.
It's a mobile stage. It's a mobile stage, though. I'm telling you,
that's
red hot,
red
baby,
hot
red
pepper
hot
truck.
pepper truck.
Oh god.
It's a pepper truck.
That's horrible.
No, well, I mean,
No,
it's
it's
a
horrible.
mobile stage, though.
No, that's bad.
No,
Okay.
that
Manual
this is a
tra-
pass for me, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Yeah, actually, what I
Yeah.
was trying to look for. Well, I'll save for next time. I'll find some more.
Okay. All right.
I like the bus. The bus gets the vote.
I think the bus.
The El Dorado.
I know
Yeah.
you think people are going to walk up and try to want to ride, but if we're going 70, they're not going to do it. We just got to go fast. You got to go straight and you got to go fast.
You haven't been to many bus stops, right?
I
Because
have.
Yeah,
people are
wait.
determined.
Yeah.
If they want to get to work, they will just
And it will put
find the
bikes
means.
on the front, and then that'll totally throw them off. They'll definitely want to get on.
I just think it'd be super cool to drive up the clutch kickers with clutch kickers playing across the front.
Yeah. No, but I mean,
Like a
the space in
reader
it, everything, there's
No,
windows
everything
all
would be-
around it.
That'd be great.
I think the Eldorado was the best.
Yeah,
Then
that'd be
second runner-up was a Toyota.
Let's go back. Wait, no, wait. That's
There
a
was
box
a third
truck.
one, yeah. That,
So this one.
yeah. That's my number one. That's
That'd be
my pick.
perfect.
I think that's the best one I found so far from that last
We could
episode
build a platform on
and
the
this
top.
episode. Yeah,
We
absolutely.
could build a little ladder with a platform on the back.
Oh, yeah.
On top of the engine.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know where we have to park at my parents' house. We have
Yeah, we'd have to park it.
if they would
yeah.
let us. That's pretty big.
Ma, Dad, we gotta park this big giant van.
Yeah, we
that
know
says
we'd have to rent a space
drift,
somewhere.
drift session.
We'd have to rent a
some-
space somewhere to park that. We're not parking at my parents' house.
Yeah.
But that for 13,000, I think it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cheap, man. It's only got 157,000 miles on it. That's got plenty of. It's got another, easily 200,000 miles on it.
We could tour the country.
No, but we could go to Clutch Kickers and that'd be pretty
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's what I got for you guys.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Tim. That was great, insightful, fun, interesting.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see what more options you can bring up for
For the drift session
time.
mobile search.
cool. No, I love.
Mobile unit search.
I love that thing, man.
Like he's falling in love
But
with it.
yeah, exactly
I really
right.
like it.
Actually, it has
He's
a pretty cool wrap on it, with the
I like
with the
wrap,
Brooklyn
man.
Bridge.
Yeah, no,
Is that the Brooklyn Bridge? Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I think it's cool. I don't think I would change a thing on it. Keep it just the way it is.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
There you go.
All right. One final thing I wanted to talk about, gentlemen, before we wrap up, and it was just something that it's not necessarily drift related. It's in the car industry, and I would like your opinions on it.
Oh, something.
So imagine you find yourself in a situation
Found myself a
where
long time ago.
your car is on fire, per se, right? And you have a fire extinguisher in the vehicle, but it just so happens that it doesn't work because you didn't pay for the subscription service that gives you the opportunity, gives you the option to actually utilize the fire extinguisher.
What?
Okay,
Right.
now I'm
So
confused.
this is a hypothetical, but to
Okay.
kind of like put it even
Subscription
more
service?
simply, BMW is starting to offer certain features
Oh, I
as
heard
a
about
subscription
this.
service.
Yeah.
And these features could be either heated seats or a number of other available options that could be standard when you buy the vehicle at the time of purchase.
that is so stupid.
Or but now it's just one of those things where like they're programming it, they're offering it in the vehicle, but you can't utilize it because it's paywalled under a subscription service. So I would like your take on that.
What?
Because
So you own a car that has features that you're not permitted to use unless you pay for subscription.
exactly.
Yep.
So BMW at first tried to do this with the Apple CarPlay service, where you know the CarPlay where you plug in your iPhone onto the
they kind of have
car,
that with the OnStar,
and then it's different, but it's one of those things where like
radio.
across the industry, like everybody was offering it for free. All you needed to do was just plug in your phone to the USB port onto the vehicle, and then the Apple CarPlay service would just play.
Yeah.
But BMW had other things in mind. They wanted to put it behind a subscription service, but of course, with all the backlash that came about, they went against that idea. Now BMW has returned because they are apparently
like they're really sold on the subscription service.
You know,
we're
I mean, it brings in a lot of money because a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, I'll pay an extra couple dollars a month for that. Why not?
Right. And so now they're doing it with like other features and so forth. Now, it's not new. We've seen it with, like, for instance, with Tesla, whereby they'll offer like the autopilot. Like, for instance, they'll sell a Tesla vehicle with all of the hardware capability to be able to utilize the autopilot service, but you can't use it unless you pay for the upgrade
fee,
or something, or an
yeah.
activation fee. But BMW is kind of taking things a little bit different, where you have to pay a subscription to get certain features onto the vehicle.
That's ridiculous.
That
Your
is
car
wrong. That
has
is
seat
wrong.
heaters, but you're going to have to pay.
Right, you should-
I'm going to
Right.
pay you for my seat heaters.
Yeah. Now, if it was a one-time thing, like you pay for the upgrade, that's different. But the
Right.
subscription service, that's not.
It's stupid.
That's wrong. But I have a feeling 10 years from now that'll be,
Probably.
another way to squeeze more money out of people monthly. Because what businesses are finding out is these subscription
Services
services
are
make
great.
a ton of money, whether it's your meals coming to you or
Everything's
a bunch
a
of clothes that
subscription
comes
service.
every month, right? These subscription services, they've been popular for a while, but it's like more and more subscription services are coming up.
Netflix started it all, man. Freaking hell.
Yeah. Subscription service.
Well, not just
No, not really. Well,
not
yeah.
only Netflix, but then you
And
had
the
like
streaming-
Google.
Well,
no, HBO used to do that for a long time. You had to purchase HBO.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
think
yeah.
about it that way, they started a long time ago.
Right.
Then the music. Now nobody owns music anymore. They stream it. Like, I don't own any music.
Yeah, I don't know how do these people make money anymore, because we used to buy CDs all the time back in the day, or
They
tapes.
split.
or
They
CDs.
split the money for streams.
What streams? I haven't paid for music. When's the last time you bought music?
I don't pay for music, but I pay for a streaming service.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pay the streaming service. The streaming service pays the artists.
Mm.
Well,
That's a lot of artists to
portion,
pay.
a low,
A portion of it.
a low
yeah.
portion of it.
Based on how many
That's
people
a
they play.
lot of different artists.
Right.
Yeah, they pay
For
all
$10 a month.
Yeah, well, it gets all
Versus,
gets divvied out.
Yeah, I don't know.
But a lot of these companies aren't making, depending. There's some companies that aren't making a lot of money off of it,
Yeah.
because so much of it is either a major percentage of it is going towards the record labels and the artists and everybody that is encapsulated with that song, that some of them are struggling to actually be profitable. And I'm talking about these like streaming services like Pandora, Spotify, and so forth. And I mean, it's,
I don't know. That's a whole
you
nother
got
topic,
a
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
You got a point that it seems like the landscape is kind of gravitating towards it,
Streaming.
but at the same time, I'm sure they're expecting it. They know it, and I'm sure they're gonna kind of like try to find workarounds for it.
all software is that way nowadays.
Well, what I'm trying to get at is that they're going to try to find hacks for it.
Well, yeah,
So-
somebody's gonna find a hack for it. Oh,
I hacked heated seats in my car. I can't believe it's so stupid though. That is dumb. Like, I don't know what features I would be okay with being a service. I think more of the infotainment system, I'd be okay with it being a subscription service. Like some features on the infotainment system. But on the functionality of the car,
I don't know. I don't plan on getting a
don't
new
know.
car for a while. I like maybe for my wife. We may buy another car for her, but like I plan on keeping my truck until I'm gonna run that truck into the ground.
Well, like for the OnStar service, that's a subscription if you think about it.
Yeah,
So
but-
that has tangible benefits
Yeah,
if you think about it,
yeah.
because it's. I mean,
Safety,
like, let's say you
an
get
accident,
stranded,
SOS, yeah,
or you lock your keys inside.
yeah.
So I could kind of see that, but for BMW kind of like go that route on something minor
I
like
just don't
that.
know what you could offer as a subscription service, it doesn't sound ridiculous. Like if did they really
AC that
offer?
could blow 70
Did they really
degrees.
yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Friggin'
Oh, wait a minute, I want to go.
cold AC.
It won't cool down past 80. Well, that costs more a month. It's $5 a month for every degree under 80. I'm like,
You want to
"What?"
set it to 69? Oh, it's gonna be
Oh,
It's
extra.
gonna be
Yeah,
extra.
a lot
It's gonna
extra
cost you.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
So-
wow.
I mean, I could see what I could, the article,
yeah,
right
pull up
fast,
the article
but
because I'm interested to see what exactly are they talking about charging for. Because
Well, what?
I can't.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. But we do while you're trying to pull that up. So next event is Clutch Kickers.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, round 3.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. You got it.
I mean, I don't want to play the video, but
no,
this is
no.
basically the
Why
article.
BMW?
Oh, offering heated seats on a monthly. That's stupid. Now that's ridiculous. Heated seats on a subscription service.
Just about every car comes with free heated seats. Why would you offer?
Well, not necessarily.
Most cars come now. What the
Most
big
cars. Most
the
cars.
big option the big option for cars right now is the cool seats.
Right.
Like my truck has
That
heated
should,
seats.
that should be standard down here. I will say that.
Yeah,
I have
There
AC,
there
I
needs to be
ha-
a bigger push because I see more cars with heated seats than cars with cool seats. There needs to be a difference. All right, there
well-
needs to be a push.
I've
Yeah,
had
but
heated
if
seats
you remember-
in my car since
Most of the country needs the heated seats. Most of the country.
Oh, okay. I guess
I've had 3 cars that I bought that have all had heated seats.
Oh, lucky
From
you, sir.
2011 back to 2011, I've had heated seats.
I've yet to have a car that has heated seats. So I mean,
The Prius
I guess-
doesn't have heated seats.
No, the Prius doesn't. No, it's not that cool.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Now the cool seats, that's something I would like to have that I haven't had.
My Lexus
Yes.
has that, but it just has air that blows on your back. You got to kind of lean forward. to get
Hey,
it together.
that's better.
That's something.
It's something better than nothing.
It
because
is.
many
No,
of
it's
you out there,
2014.
yeah, like Paul
Yeah.
just said, is no cool, just heat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Jess
Caliente.
has the actual AC running into her seats
Yeah,
in her
mine,
car.
in the Lexus it does.
Yeah,
It
so-
blows. You feel it in your back.
cold.
Only thing is you got to kind of like lean forward to let, and then 'cause
No,
when-
hers works perfect.
Yeah, no, you guys like lean forward. You
Yeah.
feel it better. You can feel it, but when you lean forward, you can
No,
feel
hers,
the air.
hers
really
you'll
good.
freeze your butt off. But
Well, I don't want to freeze my butt off. I need my butt.
but I can't. I can see. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they can charge money for like something that's already there.
Right,
Launching-
because let's be honest. Most of the BMWs come and up to this point have come with,
With
heated
heated
seats,
seats. I
free
mean,
of
yeah.
charge.
yeah, I mean, yeah, BMWs had heated seats.
So like
for
you're
a
gonna give
long
it
time.
away for free. Now you don't want to charge for heated seats.
I mean,
Well, they're not gonna get any people that buy that subscription in Florida.
yeah, I mean,
You
like
want to pay for
pass
heated
on
seats?
that.
No, it's good. Just knock down the price of the car for me.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's equivalent to $12 a month.
$12 a month for heated seats.
Yep, it says it right here. Heated seats purchased on a subscription basis would cost British drivers £10 a month, the equivalent of about $12.
Dude,
That's
that's
wrong.
ridiculous.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what they should do is offer the car as if you're okay
It did. Nissan.
subscription service.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember we spoke about
I
it.
agree with this if your car is on a subscription service. Okay,
I see what you're saying.
I
Oh.
agree
The
with
whole car
this.
is on subscription, so
Yeah,
now you're adding.
I agree with this
Right.
if you're paying for the car's subscription service. So you're getting a car, you're paying a subscription service. Oh yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah. I agree with that. If you own the car, this shouldn't be allowed. This should be illegal. I think it probably is illegal, honestly. I don't know how they can limit function of the car. That's probably why they're testing it in South Korea, not here. But that's what they said. It's in South Korea, right?
Well,
They're launching the program in South Korea.
Why would they do it to South Koreans? Well, it was that. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Um,
Another function called BMW Drive Recorder, which uses the car's current external camera for making recordings like a dash. Oh,
You see that in Russia. In Russia,
that kind of makes sense.
I think in Russia, don't they all have dash cams?
Yeah, well,
think
there's
they're
a lot
required
of
to have
there's a
dash
lot of there's a lot
I
of
want a
problems.
dash cam.
Want a dash cam?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works like long, like not one that doesn't work for like 6 months and it breaks.
But,
Anyhow, so I don't think it's a good idea. But
no, it's definitely not. But it could. I'm just thinking right now. It could be a thing where it gets crazy, rampant with all of the subscription services. It could be a thing where You see, like every auto manufacturer having some form of subscription service, but then it could end up being a thing where like, well, we'll throw in this feature. You won't have to pay this feature for like 3 years or something like that.
So here's another thing, and what I've noticed, and this is just in the air conditioning industry that I'm noticing, is that it's going to get to the point where things are too expensive for people to buy straight out unless they're rich. So it's going to be getting to the point where everything's going to be payment based, right? So like even like for instance, there I know it's a different topic, but they're going to get so expensive that people are going to start financing them. So everybody's going to start doing subscription services and financing everything because the things are going to get to the point where it's expensive for the average, low middle class, or whatever underneath aren't going to be able to pay for it. They're going to be doing subscription services or payments. So I think this is going to go right into that.
Well, I think you have to put the car in.
It's only people with a lot
I
of
think you
money
have to put the car in
for things
subscription service. I don't think you can do this with owned cars. I don't know what the difference of subscription service and lease really would be, though. But
no, because a lease is you're giving it back. Subscription services is something that you can. It's probably not going to be like you're not going to be locked into like a long plan. It's a month by month. You can do a subscription because you can cancel subscription anytime. So if you want to like subscription for 6 months, every month you renew your subscription or you sign up for whatever. I'm sure they maybe give breaks for depending on how long you want to do it for. But I mean, a lease is not the way to go. Well, I mean, financially that's not a good way to go unless you're somebody that travels a lot and always needs a different car in different areas. But I don't know.
I think a subscription service would be cool if you can get a car anywhere in the country. Like you're locked in the car. It's like buying a subscription service to like Enterprise, and that's your car, everyday car. But you just grab whatever car they have available, or like whatever one you pay, whatever tier you pay for.
You know what that's gonna do, right?
That'd be really cool.
No, it wouldn't. I think that's horrible.
No, what?
Okay.
What?
I love cars.
Okay.
Right? What is the thing that we love about cars so much is that we can customize them. We can make them. We can put our own unique styling on our cars.
Right.
If everybody's just subscription to a car, you're not going to want to do anything to the car.
Dude, look, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Eventually, I look. This is what they're going to do.
It's going to wipe out the car industry.
Eventually,
those guys.
Eventually, they're not going to let you drive cars on the highway anymore. It's all going to be automated, and you're just going to have to to get on the highway. You're going to have to let the car drive.
It's going to be like iRobot.
No, I'm saying
Remember with Will Smith?
No, this stuff is going to get to that point to where it's going to be so efficient with the car driving.
Hopefully, I'm dead by then.
You're dead.
By then.
Okay. Well, I don't know about that one.
Or hopefully, it doesn't happen until I'm dead. Does that make sense?
Probably better.
I don't want to die tomorrow. If it happens tomorrow, I want it to take so long that by the time it does happen, I'm dead. Or I'm too old to drive.
Well, to add to your point, you're seeing it already in many ways because you're having many people. Exactly. You're having many people just kind of not even bothering to get a vehicle of their own to just deal with either just Uber, public transportation. I mean, I'm sure other places are much better compared to our public transportation system. And so the incentive, the drive, the need to own a vehicle isn't as much as...
Yeah, but imagine this. Once cars are all driving automatically, all those Uber drivers are screwed.
Oh, I know that.
They're all screwed.
I know.
Because it's such... I mean, God, they could just deploy thousands of cars to pick up anybody, and just the car drives up, you get in, you walk over.
Don't they have one running in Miami?
What?
Automotive like taxi, like taxis that are non-driverless taxis.
No, there's.
Where is that? I've seen that.
I know Ford for sure. They're using.
Autonomous.
They're having one of their autonomous vehicle fleet. They're doing testing over in Miami, at Miami Beach.
That's what it was.
I've seen it.
Yes,
I've seen their vehicles a couple of times, and you have different companies, and like for instance, Waymo, which is a Google company. They got to the point where now they're offering
did you say porn?
Waymo.
Oh.
WAYMO.
Okay.
A Google company that's the main base is in Arizona.
Okay.
And I think in Phoenix, and they're offering now the basically shuttles taxis, driverless taxis for people to get around with.
How's that working out?
It's working now. There's still some bugs, but for the most part, it's working out pretty good.
A couple people died, a couple accidents. It's working out the bugs.
It's one of those things where not too long ago I saw a thing where the system was tripping out because of a construction zone. So it didn't really know how to kind of drive around it.
Right.
And it was just sort of went into like a panic mode, and then just told the occupant like, "Hey, stay here. We're gonna send a technician to help out because there's something going on." And the sent a
just
tech-
some idiot with a
Yeah.
with a cone in the road.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Move the cone.
Yeah. But this is a long time away. I mean, the systems and everything needs to be developed, and there's a lot of machine learning that needs to be done.
Depends on how fast
for
they
that.
get the AI done, because that's what they really need is AI to be able to look through the camera eyes and figure out, okay, make a decision. And that's what
Right.
they're really doing.
And it's not, again, there's so many levels, but it's not only about figuring out the LiDAR systems, the camera systems,
Yeah.
and all of that, and getting all of that information and perfecting it. But then it's also putting it into the paces of, okay, not only just dealing with regular road traffic, but then some of the roads don't have the lines set up properly, and
Yeah.
it won't be able to read that properly,
Yeah,
and so
like,
it won't be able to navigate through
Did
that
you
properly.
ever go from 595 to 95 now?
Oh yeah, the lines are
When
all
you-
over the place.
the lines are all screwed up. So people are like, if they're looking down at their phones, they follow one line, and then there's the other line that's the correct line. It's like, yeah, that's how does it handle that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then how does it handle rain? How does it handle snow? How does it handle like all these different variables that it has to go through?
Right.
And then of course, then the other major variable that it has to deal with is human drivers, because we all know they're not the best. So
That's the
how
thing
is that?
that's where I think they're going to have to be removed. Human drivers are going to have to be removed because I feel like the highways are going to be at a higher speed.
They're gonna have they're gonna have autonomous lanes.
No, I think the highways will be autonomous.
No, they'll have autonomous lanes first.
I can see that.
The autonomous lane first, because
The
you can't
express
just we're going to shut down the highways and
I
only
can see. Okay, so the express lanes turn to autonomous mode.
lanes. Right.
Autonomous mode. So you had to, in order to get in the express lane, you have to turn your car to autonomous mode or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, could be.
You know? Yeah, it's got to be something like
I don't
that.
know. Not looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. I fall asleep on the
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I figured.
Yeah, I just go to sleep.
No, not looking forward to it.
I
I like to drive. I enjoy driving, so
I'm gonna be thrilled. I can load up the car in the back of the truck, turn the truck to OSW, fall asleep, wake up at OSW. We have arrived. Great. Thank you.
anyhow. So next event we have coming up is in 2 weeks. It's going to be Clutch Kickers round 3.
Yep.
Hopefully,
Is it 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks.
Are you serious?
Not this weekend.
Yes.
The next weekend.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
you're
gotta,
right.
You guys got to pick me up from the because I'll be in an island. Somebody's got to pick me up from the island.
Wait, what?
Wait. How many I pick you from the island?
Well, I'm hoping.
Is there a
somebody can-
bridge?
It's a little island. It's called Anna Maria Island. It's just east or just west of Bradenton.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
Well, no, I'll pick you up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'll pick them up.
that's gonna be interesting.
I
Yeah,
probably won't be there till like around
Yeah.
6.
yeah. I'll just be hanging out.
Yeah.
So
Huh. Okay.
yeah, I'm going there to celebrate my wife's birthday, so I'll be there. So
Oh.
she's going back on Friday. I was just like, I'll just stay up there.
Hang out. Yeah. So
That
I'll pick
kinda
them up
makes
and then
sense.
meet you at the
All
track or wherever hotel.
Cool.
All right. And then after that, we have, I think the next event after that is the Holy Shift Fest, which is
Holy
the
Shift,
doubleheader
yeah.
competition for U.S. Drift Circuit.
Which is a Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, I think he has some. I think he has some pretty good acts that are supposed to show up. Wayne
no,
Wonder. I don't
know.
know. I don't know. You have to check out the U.S.
Yeah,
Drift Circuit
yeah,
page.
yeah,
U.S. Drift Circuit page.
yeah.
But hopefully it'll be more than 10 people in front of the stage like last time.
That and then we're gonna go into round 4 and 5 of Clutch Kickers, and then we have. Are we doing Black Friday?
Well, you got to talk to Tommy about that.
Right.
Yeah,
Hopefully
so-
we're doing the live stream for Black Friday because that'll be fun.
yeah.
That would be.
But that is going to be in November. That's the
just gonna be
last
fun,
round
though.
of. That's the
just
last.
goofing around. having
That'll
a
be
good
the
time.
last round of Clutch Kickers.
Yep.
So
And
interesting.
then hopefully shortly thereafter, my car will be started.
Well,
You
hope
really
so.
think-
I'm really
You're-
shooting for December
That December event.
to at least crank it, like try to get the crank over.
You're
Yeah.
trying to go to that.
No, not
the
to do
firm-
an event, just to get
Oh,
the car
okay.
started.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just to get the car started.
Yeah, or are we going to do that? Are we going to do that December event? We're going to go up for that one.
What?
At the firm.
the firm.
That
event.
Oh, that's right, for Carlos.
Yeah.
yeah.
We got to talk to him about that.
They're making announcements.
Yeah. Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're talking about drivers are going to be showing up. Other people are going to be showing up, like Pat Gooden, that's going to be head of tech.
Mm-hmm.
Then 717 Media Production, they're going to be handling.
If I'm gonna go up there, I
media.
gotta drive.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless he wants to do the live stream. If they're planning on doing a live stream.
I wouldn't.
I don't know
know.
really what you could live stream there.
It's kind of hard. It's too big.
Yeah.
A lot of open stuff. I mean, we can still cover the event.
Right.
We could do a live stream like from the pits and maybe
So
like
that's
do
why
for
we
like
need
an
our
hour.
bus.
Or
mobile studio.
Or just take advantage of the aerial capabilities that we
that's
now
right.
have
Yeah.
acquired.
Or how's that going?
Oh, it's
Well,
great.
it's great.
Was
yeah.
you were you flying? You're flying it?
No,
At the-
well,
right at the
okay.
end.
So here's the thing.
Okay,
Again,
so I know we're wrapping up, but go ahead. I want to hear about
no
this.
worries. But so unfortunately, because due to the timing and schedule and like what I was doing, like most of my time was spent instructing,
That's true.
Yeah.
and the little time that I had, Paul was busy frying the
Blowing
engine. So that happened, and mind you, like I was like trying to figure out a way to get footage of Paul, but that didn't work out. But Bill Stinger was out there and some of the other guys, so I actually had the opportunity to actually do that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is fun.
So you have
I told
is
my
it VR?
no, not
Oh,
the
so you
goggles
just-
at all. I just connect my phone to it
Okay.
to a controller, and then I just send it off. And I was telling myself, it's like I should have gone this sooner.
What
Because
about,
it's
what about
just
the
so much
VR?
fun.
Could you use VR on the one you have?
You don't need VRF. I mean,
The
There-
VR kind of, if you want to chase cars, I think that's
no,
better.
it's not that kind of drone. It's a hover drone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, no, I could chase people.
Yeah, but it's not like
Paul?
an FPV drone. It's he's thinking like it's a more stable drone.
Okay.
FPV drones are not like a stable drone that hover next
yeah,
to it.
I got what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Anyways, well, that's good. I'm glad-
Okay, so the original idea, the original intention is to eventually have like an aerial drone footage
Yeah.
for us to utilize for the
Yes.
live streams to get that extra perspective, or to have like a camera out there that's difficult to reach out.
So how are
and
you
so
gonna do?
forth.
How are you gonna do that and everything else at the same time?
I'll figure something out because here's the thing, Tim, that you got to remember is that it's not a matter of chasing the car once it's out in the air. Like the way how I envision it is kind of have like
Set
an
up.
aerial view
Mhm.
of an
It's like-
overview of
like
of
Clutch
the,
Kickers does, in which you just have like an overview.
the
of the train.
our own bald eagle cam.
Yeah,
Pretty
bald
much.
eagle cam. Yeah.
So that's the idea,
Uh-huh.
and maybe we could. I mean, obviously we could reposition it to either A, just kind of just zero in on one zone, or B, just get the whole thing. But overall, the intention is to just have it be stationary and not necessarily moving about.
I got you.
Not and that's where the difference between the FPV and what Paul is saying is just to have it be stationary
Right.
is all about. Now I could move it and try to follow people, and that's what I try to do. But unfortunately, that drone isn't fast enough to keep up with many of the drivers.
Yeah.
And I try to get
What
some
about when
footage.
you have to change the batteries?
The flight time is roughly about like, well, it's advertised as 31 minutes, but it's in ideal conditions, and you're not moving it around so much. And if ideal conditions, meaning that it's not windy,
Right.
because every wind that gust that hits it has to
So realistically,
readjust.
around 20 minutes.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is, if this works out as intended, I'll just get more batteries, and then all we got to worry about is just either
Bring it
well,
back
actually,
for battery
yes,
change.
yeah, fly up, bring it down, swap batteries, fly it back up,
Yeah.
and that's it for the most part.
Interesting.
But like I said, it's fun. I had a great
live
time.
stream from your new camera?
Probably.
That'd be a pretty cool view too.
I could look into it.
But you would need Gabby Garbanza would have to be on point, swapping the camera around too, though. Yeah, we'll talk about that off camera. So,
Yeah,
anyways,
that's fine.
so Clutch Kickers up next. U.S. Drift Circuit, Holy Shift Fest coming up after that, and of course, what's the name of Carlos's event? It's at the firm. Is there a name for it?
I don't know if it's a-
There is a name. I just forgot.
He sent
Maybe
us.
Paul,
I
you
feel
could-
like such a jerk because he did send us the flyer, but we'll start promoting it when it gets a little closer. We'll start hitting, showing the flyer.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. But while Paul's looking it up, I do want to mention tomorrow SW's having an event. The
that's right.
ride along
Ride Along
Rama
Rama.
or something like that.
right along Ramen.
It's I think it's taking place from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. I forget the time exactly. So if you're around the area, be sure to check them out. It's for a good cause. I think charity is for a pet sanctuary, I believe.
Yeah, it's they're doing right along. The money goes to a like a pet sanctuary.
You just repeated the exact same thing he said.
It's
Like
called,
you're like, yeah, it goes to. You said the exact same thing he said.
okay, so it goes to it's called Holiday Matsuri.
Oh, that's Carlos's vet.
Carlos.
Yeah, at the firm over in Ocala, I believe.
Yeah.
No, it's not Ocala. That
It's not Ocala? Is it in the
It's
Ocala
around,
area?
Yeah, it is. It is around
Up
that
in
area.
that area.
Gainesville-ish area. Yeah.
Gainesville. Okay. All right.
It's pretty
Good deal.
simple.
So there's that. And another event I'm aware of that's happening is the Drift Indy is having a 10K shootout.
Where?
Indianapolis. Drift Indy.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So there's that. I know there's some people there. I think Sasha Prospero's up there, and I think Conor Sully is Tyler Berry. I know he's
Oh,
up there
okay.
too. So there's that, and the drivers list is starting to fill up for the Clutch Kickers series. So if any drivers is thinking about doing it, be sure to do that. Hit that up. Go to clutchkickers.com for all the information that you need. With that said, gentlemen, anything else? Good.
Nothing
Okay.
from me.
Good
I'm
night.
good.
So 2 weeks from now, like Tim mentioned, we're going to be over at the Bradenton area, being part of the live stream. So get your tickets at baldeagle.com to follow along the action. And maybe
And stay tuned to our Instagram page because a lot of times we post updates on our Instagram page as well.
Indeed. And with that said, folks, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Until then, take care. Good night.